You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
They confuse us with so much life. Just not even thinking that we will realize. And if we criticize, we could be ostracized. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from before. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppress us stay. So the children could see their way. Make them get on their knees and pray. Never be up to judgment day. Oh, we just can't make it this way. Please deliver us today. Be like the Israelites did. Please send us another Moses again. Lord, we just can't make it this way. Yes, deliver us today. Oh, we just can't go on this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Please listen to what I say. Yes, hurry up with judgment day. We just can't make it this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Must we get old and gray? And the children can't see their way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. We like the Israelites living there. Please send us another Jesus again. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, Lord, we just can't go this way. Lord, we just can't make it this way. No, 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 we just can't go this way. Please hurry up with judgment day.
Mr. Trinidad, tell me what scene you on. Do you just like political confusion? You criticizing the way you live, yet you can't produce an alternative. You say you against the power structure. You ain't like the opposition either. But take care, you jump out the hot water and end up in the center of the fire. Because you refuse to vote in election. But then you want revolution. You're strongly against communism. You walk out on colonialism. You say if William had to go, but who to replace him? You end up. So to make a long story short from in front, Trinidadians they really know what they want. My friend friend, if you don't want democracy, the opposite is guerrilla activity. If you don't want democratic improvement, you have to want a revolutionist government. And yet when Guy Harewood went in the hills with Jennifer Jones, you let them get killed. All you're doing is grinning and skylarking. You come like the ass in the lion's skin, because you say Robinson is a traitor. You say what's than that about Ranger. You say Kamal seeking the own interest. You call Millet a Marxist Leninist. You are ODAC, neither DLP, and you say TNM is only ratchet B. Well, you tie up yourself. I gonna tell you why. Trinidadians just like plenty mama guys. Afro Trinidadian talking black power. It's not wrong for a man to love his culture. Yes, you walk around with your Afro plaits and you're dragging a faggot and fat sapat. But although they're rapping about Africa, you're eating roti like if you're born in India. So who you go blame when you make your book and end up like a cat on a hot room? Because you say you're going Afro all the way. You smile when they bring in to the mail. William say he want to retire. You beg him to stay a little longer. You reject Carl's act on public order. Now you want the same Carl for Prime Minister. Like your sense of reasoning goes and comes. It won't surprise me if you call back Albert Gumbs. You say that you didn't want no dictator, yet you want one fella to reign forever. About Ed Malik, you say he guilty. Parmasadi the same, yet you set him free. Long ago you didn't want Fidel Castro, but now you say the same Castro is a hero. Well, this attitude, like Humpty Dumpty, you might fall off the wall eventually. Because you say Butler was too high-handed, even marriage uneducated. You say that we can't trust Jamada. You find Sukaran to Konkosa. You say the accent is on the young man, yet you run and call back Ashford Sinanan. But you won't call back until you call disaster, like the colonial days of the slave master. Indian, Trinidadian, naive as ever. That is why they formed the Mahasabha. They're conservative, only talking race. Yet you see so much Dogla all around the place. They say they just need pork for them. How come them and black pudding is such good friends? You're making your own self a papi show. You might end up just like Rumpelstiltskin. You call back Solomon Abajon, you're spending your money in London. You say the country's ace-man fighter is a regular ganja smoker. You call your picture a seditious traitor. Now that same traitor is a union leader. It won't surprise me if you move Malik from death row and make him minister home affairs tomorrow. Trinidadian, walking, talking peace. Yes, he always in trouble with the police. Saying peace and love, right on, brother man. Yet if you watch him hard, you want to break your hand. They say they doesn't need pork, but then how come them and black pudding is such good friends? They're making their own self a package show. You might end up just like Rumpelstiltskin. Teardog Garra prosecute soldiers. For that, he got one set of horrors. And then when Maureen gone down walker, they run and they call the same Garra. You say Mahathir too quiet and soft, and Victor Campbell is a big show. You ain't what Eric Kamal call neither part. If there's a badge on you want, well call Dr. My friend, if you don't want democracy, the opposite is guerrilla activity. If you don't want democratic improvement, you have to want a revolutionist government. And yet when Guy Harewood went in the hills with Jennifer Jones, you let them get killed. All you're doing is grinning and skylarking. You come like the ass in the lion's skin. But you call Robinson a traitor. You say, what's that about Rachel? You say, Kamal seeking the own interest. You call me letter Marxist, Leninist. You are what is neither DLP, yet you say PNM is only Rachipi. Well, if you're bringing back dead horses on the line, well, it's all right if you bring back Larry Constantine.
I say you get up one morning, your elders have something. You don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil wife. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. You get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take off your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that eagle eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. say we get up one morning, independence happening. They think the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty. But if they know about petition, we have to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jabbing, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jabbing, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something with that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking to get it there easy. He got to practice economy, from getting licks from the slave master to become the land owner. Brother, it's a terrible journey, packed with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up, pick up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to...
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet, so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under.
He's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth. That the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, cover, cover. Cover me. Cover me. Cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. And as you see, you know, we say it here, ladies and gentlemen, we originate, we don't imitate. Doesn't matter what color t-shirt you have on. You have on a mauve t-shirt, you have on a pink t-shirt, you have on a burgundy t-shirt. Each and every one is welcome in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Even if you have on a blue t-shirt and a black hat, each and every one is welcome in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter what planet you're from Mazatania, Xenaranius, Venaranius, Sonaranius. Each and everyone is welcome in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And you know, this is how we start the thing.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, do come with me. We do have DAT on WZYE, Santa Meditate.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the one and only Dr. Love. You know, Rennie Muhammad. Yeah. And folks, tonight I have sitting in with me is my my big son. Yeah. My big son joined me tonight, man. He's right here sitting down and watching his father. Let me say welcome to 1/3 of the DAT Triplet. You getting my little feedback?
Well, I'm off base. I'm not on base today. I'm on the road, so to speak.
Oh, all right. Okay. No problem.
So I don't know how it's gonna work out. We'll see.
Yeah, but all right. So you got to work with that. I think because I am getting a little feedback. I'm hearing myself back.
I'm hearing you clear and clean, but I don't know what to do. But I'm not on my.
No, I know what I mean. All right. Let me just deal with it. We could just deal with it. Maybe just deal with that. We could just deal with it. So let me say a special welcome to the commissioner from Newark, the one and only, the man from Marabella, by way of Salido. Some people say Salubia. A man that went to school in Palaseco. Yeah, you went to Palaseco Government Secondary School. Yeah? Going all the way from Marabella. And then journeying back to Salubia. Some people say Saturday over the weekend. The one and only, the man himself, the commissioner of Newark, Thomas E. Marshall Nisbet. Tell me welcome.
It's a pleasure. How are you today?
I can't complain.
And how's your co-pilot?
Yeah. You see, now right here watching me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Sometimes you have to train the camera on him a bit so he can be seen.
Yeah, I go see if I can try and speak to him for a little bit. You know what I mean? He's shaking here the same thing. He know we live on here and we live on Facebook and we live on YouTube. You understand?
Good evening, Mr. LeBron Jr.
You hear him? Nah, he didn't hear you. You're on the phone talking to his girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, let me bring in the other 1/3 of the DAT Triplet.
The Onyx.
No other than the Onyx, Ben Skin.
I'm not hearing you guys, Slim. Something with your volume.
Nah, you gotta fix your phone.
Well, then I have to leave and go fix mine. I'll come right back.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
You hear me?
I know. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, and I just checked the mics there. The thing nice up and running. So Tommy boy,
yes,
I don't know. Sometimes he doesn't know where to start.
Start at the beginning.
That's always a good place to start to.
You can begin with the end in mind. Eh? You can begin with the end in mind, but you have to start at the beginning.
Tommy, listen to this, right? I was driving to Philadelphia this morning with my son, right? And I had him listening to 91.9. Let me call it 91.9. And I think we listened from about 7:30. Maybe from about 7 to 9 a.m. Right? And he asked me a question. He said, Dad, is it you said, Dad, if he does get anything from that? Wait a minute. Just stop. Wait, tell me again.
What I did just tell you?
No. He telling me no. Right. So he tell me. He asked me, why do those people come on the air just to make noise?
Oh Lord.
Now remember, he's not a Trinidadian, right?
True.
He has Trinidadian parents. He's born in this country. And he's asking me, why do these people come on the air just to make noise? What does that mean? Huh? You know, I should pawn that thing there. Huh? Yeah. What does that mean, Tommy? Can you say something like that?
Well, that means that his analysis of what's going on is totally rubbish.
Tommy, you be impeccable with your words, man.
You're right to tell me that.
Yeah, you know, and I'm like, I'm listening, and I'm like, it's like if all the callers. Tommy, I want to play something for you. I want to play something. Tommy, you know what internalized oppression means?
Say that again, please.
What do you think is internalized oppression?
Internalized oppression.
Yeah. All right, so let's do this. Let's right it. I'm going to play something for you. I want to play something for the people about, and I believe that, this is my belief. Many black people in the PNM are suffering from internalized oppression. I want you to listen to this. Let me repeat that. As a matter of fact, let me go solo there for a minute.
You sure it's not depression?
No, it's not depression.
All right.
I want to make a statement. And this statement is to many black people who are supporters of the People's National Movement. Many of you are suffering from what's called internalized oppression. Let me repeat that. Many of you are suffering from what's called internalized oppression. So let me read this. According to some sources, black people in Trinidad and Tobago are suffering from internalized oppression, which is the process of accepting and reproducing the negative stereotypes and beliefs that are imposed by the dominant group. Internalized oppression can affect how black people view themselves and others, leading to low self-esteem, self-hatred, depression, and even suicidal thoughts. Some of the factors that contribute to internalized oppression among black people in Trinidad are the history of colonialism and slavery, the media representation of blackness, the education system, the colorism and racism within the society, and the lack of positive role models and cultural affirmation. These factors can make black people feel inferior, ashamed, and unworthy of respect and dignity. Now, let me give you an example of that, Tommy. You remember when Geraldine said, when he saw this guy, this black guy who was begging, he was looking for the piper in him? You remember that?
Yes.
Internalized oppression. You remember when the Prime Minister went up to Lavantil and he said people had to wean themselves of the government? Because Lavantil is predominantly black. Internalized oppression. You remember when Marvin Gonzalez, the Minister of Public Utilities, talk about people had to eat less macaroni pie and give up the movies? Internalized oppression. You remember when Scotland talk about people, you know, all your should start using Pol Pot and riding a bicycle? Right. Internalized oppression. You see the way other people think of us? It's the same way our own black people tend to describe us. Let me give you another example. Many black people in the PNM, let me repeat that. Many black people in the PNM call other black people lazy. They only want to sit down on the block. They only want to lime. They don't want to work. Internalized oppression. That is what the other people think of us, and they think the same thing of us. And let me give you two more examples, and I'm going to close this editorial. You remember when I was fighting for the building up in Tumaka, Clavantil, to be renovated or demolished.
Correct.
The people who was fighting me more than anything else is black people that look like me. Internalized oppression. And lastly, you remember when I was fighting for the 11th Washington Empowerment Center for the building on Duncan Street?
Definitely.
The people who were fighting me were black people that look like me. Internalized oppression. You see? So what they do is internalize the way other people look at us, and they look at us the same way. You know, and it is very problematic in Trinidad and Tobago. And you hope that one of these days, that the black people who are supporting the PNM will wake up and see right at the end of the tunnel. And lastly, Tommy, very rarely do you hear these same black people talking to the PNM and asking them to put policies in place to reduce the amount of black people living below the poverty line, which is currently about 26%. You see, they don't want to talk about that.
No, but I was having a conversation with someone who's a school teacher in Trinidad, and she was telling me some things that made me go, She was telling me that many of the students that she teach in the class, she has to actually quote unquote adopt them as her own children. She doesn't have any children of her own, but she says she have to literally adopt them because they come to school, Miss, I'm hungry, I didn't eat.
Wow. You see, Tommy?
You know, she's telling me what's frightening and what's disheartening is that you meet the parents and you meet the mother. The mother will tell you, I'm a single parent of 6 children.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? So she said, and if you see the state of the mother, have on all this false hair, long eyelashes, long fingernails, made up to the T, and the child is in a quote unquote dilapidated state. I couldn't be impeccable with those words. You know? So I don't know what's going on in Trinidad, and next thing you know, I said the next thing you know, I told us, I said on WZYE, you'll be hearing all these stories as to. She says, you know, it's just priorities are all skewed.
You know, Tommy, I was like flabbergasted this morning when I hear the Diana welcome.
Islam, there's an echo. There are people concerning me on different phones. There's an echo.
Okay.
Like someone else is listening on their device and it's echoing.
Okay.
And I was not hearing you at all on my regular phone. So I had to try to go back to the other phone. I don't know how long. And I'm hearing an echo. Let me mute myself and you talk.
Let me mute my mic and hear if you hear the echo first.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tommy. All right. So as Tommy mutes his mic, I'm still hearing the echo.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Let me see if I'm hearing the echo. No more echo. No more echo. No. The echo coming from you.
No, when both of us, Tommy and I, are on, we're hearing it. Are you hearing it now?
Hold on. No, I'm not hearing it though.
I'm unmuted. I'm unmuted. Are you hearing it?
Huh?
Are you hearing it now?
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
Yeah, we're hearing it when you come on.
Okay, well, I'm unmuted. I open my mic now, so it could be me. Let me come out and come back in then.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, because when
still hearing it.
All right. So when Tommy goes out, it's gone.
Are you hearing it now?
No, it's gone.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it
was a bad echo. I was not hearing you at all. Like you're 100 miles away. I don't know, but when I use the older phone, I hope it stays lit because it might just.
Yeah, I think the feedback was coming from Tommy. Thank you guys very much. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
The feedback was coming from. So Diana, what I just let me play for you what I just read, right? Let me play this for you. Talking about internalized oppression in Trinidad and Tobago, and it's a real thing. And I want to put that into the lexicon of Trinidad and Tobago. So let me get it for you here. Let's see, boy. I have it here. Here we go. Listen to this.
The commissioner of audio messages, attempts to...
That's not it. You ever heard of the term internalized oppression?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think this is it here. Hold on.
According to some sources, Black people in Trinidad and Tobago are suffering from internalized oppression, which is the process of accepting and reproducing the negative stereotypes and beliefs that are imposed by the dominant group. Internalized oppression can affect how Black people view themselves and others, leading to low self-esteem, self-hatred, depression, and even suicidal thoughts. Some of the factors that contribute to internalized oppression among Black people in Trinidad and Tobago are the history of colonialism and slavery, the media representation of Blackness, the education system, the colorism and racism within the society, and the lack of positive role models and cultural affirmation. These factors can make Black people feel inferior, ashamed, and unworthy of respect and dignity. However, there are also ways to overcome internalized oppression and to empower Black people in Trinidad and Tobago. Some of these ways are to challenge the negative messages and stereotypes that are internalized, to celebrate and appreciate the diversity and beauty of Blackness, to learn about and reclaim the rich history and culture of Black people, to support and uplift each other, and to seek professional help if needed. By doing these things, Black people can heal from the wounds of internalized oppression and develop a positive sense of identity and self-worth.
No. What that's the reason why? And a good friend of mine hit me to internalize oppression, right? But when I started to listen, like I was telling Diane, I was telling Tommy previously that my son was listening to 91.9 this morning from about 7 to 9 a.m. And basically what he said to me, he said, Dad, is that what those people calling the radio station to talk about? Right? Is that it? Do they call the radio station all day and that's all they talk about? I said, well, you was listening, and as I said, he's not born in Trinidad and Tobago. He's born in the United States of America. So he was listening to what these people had to say, and I was like, wow. Hey, Tommy, welcome. I think you're good now.
Better?
No, that's way better. That's better. I think you're excellent now. So let me quickly go to the chat. Of course,
you wanted us. Oh, okay.
What was that?
No, I thought you wanted us to respond to your query.
No, you could go ahead and respond. But the guy's coming up soon. I want to finish the people in the chat. All right, so let me finish the people in the chat. Nadia was in first. Good night, Nadia.
Good night, Nadia.
Nadia says, good night, everyone. Blessings. Bless good night, Ansem, to you. Bless to you as well, Nadia. Good night, Tommy. Yeah.
Night, Nadia. Welcome.
Anna Benskin, good night. Yeah. Nadia says, Rennie Mohammed, good night. Albert, Ken John, Vonnie Ellis, good night. Let me send condolences to Tikisha's family on the passing of her mother.
Yeah,
Tikisha said, Nadia said good night. Judy, Lana, Rose, Capiza, Miss Coover. You 5-name man, Captain Singh is in. What do you do? Only UNC people just drink what? Wassas? What is that? What is that?
I have no idea.
What are you talking? What you be talking about? Mean wassa? Tommy, translate that for we there. Only UNC people just drink wassas? What is that? I don't know.
Ansem, you will waste all evening dealing with Capiza's statement.
Okay. Police stop a woman on a drug block, but would not go to the house of drugs.
Oh, Lord.
Drugman house only in Trinidad. Okay, all right, Arjun. Whatever. Nessie, welcome. Good night, ADT. Slim, get Moses to Trinidad and put Wassa out of business. Nessie, we go play the video. We playing that video. Nessie send me a video. We go play that video. A fella, we gotta get in contact with that fella. Black engineer Moses West. Yeah, we go play that video. We gotta play that. Curtis Monteshard boy, live on the record at Schumacher Clavantil. Welcome. Now, I think this is our first time posting here, you know. Rachel, Raquel, Mohammed.
Good night.
I wonder if she related to Rennie Mohammed, boy. Same first letter, you know. Rachel, Raquel,
And
RRM.
you have quite a few here. Akesh Balkan, Khalid, Purcell, my good friend Omar. Good night, my sister.
Mean Jean, good evening. Mean Jean say good evening. WZYE Wall Street, Tommy and Diana. Yeah. Michaeline Gail Holder March.
Oh, that's Dr. March. She belongs to the Trinidad and Tobago Association in the United Kingdom. Good night, Dr. March. Thanks for joining.
Dr. March have 3 last names, yes?
Hey, leave her alone.
No, I mean she had.
You don't want to start with her, Anselm. If you think my mouth, you can't handle my mouth. Leave Dr. March alone, huh? Okay.
She had to be a queen.
Leave Dr. March alone. That's all I'm giving you a fair warning.
All right, let me leave she alone. Okay. All right. I mean, Gail Holder March, welcome. Yeah. JB Ava, welcome. We going to Panama. Yeah, we go play David Rhoda Panama. I hear there's some Panama papers out into the public's domain. I know about that. Dig a well and your worries over. Oh. All right. Dig a well. Yeah, we fixed the feedback. Thanks, Nessie. Yeah, Nessie, you're right, you know. Is that mental slavery? Yeah, internalized oppression.
But Anselm, oppression. When does oppression occur?
How do you mean?
We're talking about oppression. When does oppression occur? What is the breeding ground for oppression to occur? What are the factors for oppression to occur?
Poverty.
When one group has more access to power and privilege than another group, right?
Yeah, and poverty.
Good. It breeds the poverty. So, in Trinidad and Tobago, who catapults the internalized oppression? Who is the person with the slingshot? Let go of that to start the internalized oppression.
Well, I mean, internalized oppression is basically one group using the oppressive tactics of another group against their own group, you know. That's internalized oppression. For example, Fitzgerald Hines seeing a black guy begging, and Fitzgerald Hines says, the first thing I could see, I was looking for the piper in the guy. He's looking for the worst in the guy. That's internalized oppression. When you see another guy look like you and he's begging, you are looking for the worst in that guy. Right? That is internalized oppression. When Dr. Rowley goes up to Lavantil and he says to black people up in Lavantil, all you have to wean all yourself off the government. Right? While the 1%, he don't go to them and tell them they have to wean themselves off the government. That is internalized oppression. You see, you're oppressing people that look like you, but you're using the tactics of the people that don't look like you and I.
And aren't we too, people that look like me and you, we oppressing our people by barging in their homes and robbing them and all that? That's not a form of oppression too?
Yeah, but that's not internalized oppression.
How is that not internalized? If you live in a neighborhood, certain neighborhood, I don't want to call anybody, want to call and lambaste me now, right? But you live in a certain neighborhood that is predominantly a certain race. And you doing a lot of negative stuff. You're breaking in people's homes. The women can't walk the street in peace. I saw videos where you walk up to a woman on her way to work and take away her handbag from her, and she dare not fight back. And it's somebody that look like you. What do you call that?
No, that's not internalized. That's not the definition of internalized oppression, though.
But you are afraid. You have people fearful.
Yeah, but that's not internalized oppression. Internalized.
So if I can't walk my neighborhood in peace, I'm frightened to go out at night. What are you doing to me then? That's not oppression.
That's fear. That's fear.
Fear, that part that breeds into oppression.
Yeah, but
If I'm fearful,
internalized oppression has a whole different definition.
Well, all of these are the tentacles that make the big octopus internalize oppression.
No, I think you're talking more about fear more than because internalized oppression doesn't have to be involved, any type of fear or anything like that. It's just stereotypes other people put on us, our own also use it against us.
Okay, watch. Let me use the WASA situation. I pay my bill. I can't get no water for 3 months. I can't get up. I can't stand up and talk about it because I'm fearful. Aren't you oppressing me to be, afraid to get up and talk?
That's not
because I'm afraid I'm going to be victimized.
That's not internalized oppression.
But what do you call that? If you're not giving people a commodity that they're paying for, Anselm, I'm supposed to get this commodity. I'm paying dutifully, but I'm afraid to stand up and march the streets for water because why? I'm going to be victimized. Who am I going to be victimized?
But it's not internalized oppression.
No, I tend to differ. If I am afraid, okay, I'm in the PNM party. I'm an MP, and I am afraid to stand up and tell Dr. Rowley, hey, we don't like what's going on with the party. You need to step down. I am afraid to do that because I am afraid of victimization. What's that?
That's not internalized oppression.
Well, I don't know what to call that. I don't know what to call that. I'm afraid to talk. You yourself say you will be exiled. I'll be exiled if I challenge him. You're oppressing me. You're oppressing my voice.
But Diana, the main definition of internalized oppression is the way other people think about a certain group, and people within that same group use what other people think about it and put it on people in that group. Like, for example,
I hear you, and it's going on inside the PNM, and the tentacles spread wide outside because people, they want change. I don't know. Maybe my head is wrapped too tight tonight. You want change. You are afraid to stand up and tell the man on top, listen here, the people want change. This is not good. You need to step down, give somebody else leadership. What do you call it? You're oppressing me and you're oppressing my voice and you're oppressing my constituents. You are passing some. No? That's it. I lost them. My head didn't wrap up tonight.
Nice. All right. So let me go for a quick station identification. When we come back, we're going to address that. We have to understand exactly what is meaning by internalized oppression. Let me say welcome to Khalid Purcell. Khalid, welcome. You already say Akish, welcome. And Trinidad Margot, welcome. Welcome to the village of the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Let's go for a quick station identification. Tommy should be joining us back anytime soon. It's in the village of the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this show.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Hey, senor, you see that? You must big
Echo again.
Go again.
Bad echo.
Tommy, you gotta go out and come back. One.
Still there.
You still hearing it?
Yes. There's another thing inside the studio playing. Let's probably what it is.
There's nothing else played.
No, well, it's sounding that way.
You still hearing an echo?
Not anymore when you and I talk, when you play the music.
Okay, let me try the music again and see what happens.
Yeah.
You hear an echo?
Maybe it's that song, I don't know.
All right. We wouldn't play that song. So we got rid of that.
Mean Gene says he disagree with you. Call in Mean Gene and tell him why.
Why does he disagree?
Call in Mean Gene. You know the number, it's on the screen.
Let me read it again for you guys. Let me read it again. What is internalized oppression? You see, you have to understand. Let me read it again for you guys. As a matter of fact, let me read it right here for you guys. I'm going to read the short meaning for you guys, right? What is internalized oppression? Internalized oppression is a social justice theory that describes how an oppressed group can accept the methods and messages of the oppressing group, even if it's not in their best interest. Oppression is the unjust treatment of a group of people, often by a government or culture. It can be overt or covert. That is what internalized oppression is. And let me
that's a definition of. I'm sure there are many, but
not many.
I tend the oppression comes in many different forms, and whoever has the power, this is just me, whoever has the power and is astute enough to realize that they can oppress people, use their power and position. That's what I call internalized oppression.
No. That's not what internalized oppression.
That's not okay. Well, hey, you have your opinion. I have mine.
No, but that's not the definition of internalized.
If internalized oppression is people who look like you oppressing you.
Dana, you have to understand what the definition of internalized oppression means.
And I am telling you, I tend to disagree. There's several. You said that internalized oppression is people that look like you oppressing you, using tactics to oppress you, right?
Using the tactics of other people that don't look like you.
Okay,
right?
fine.
To oppress.
For
example, other people call us lazy, and then we calling our own that look like us lazy. And I give you the example. And saw a black person begging. The first thing Fitzgerald thought about was looking for the piper in the guy. Other people that don't look like us will have the same type of thought. Man, you know, boy, I wonder if that guy on crack. I wonder if he on drugs, you know.
So where does Fitzgerald Hines, if you said this thing happened, where does he get his style from? Is it innate, or does he follow a leader?
No, because it's something that's internalized. It's
internalized. And internalized coming from where? The party, or coming from within the human being?
The own way that this has nothing to do with, this has not something to do with. I don't think this has anything to do with party. This has thing to do with individuals, how they look at their own people. They internalize them a certain way. Like lazy. Yeah. A lot of people say, people all they want to do is a lime on the block. They're lazy. They don't want to work. All they want to do is a lime. That's not true. There are people who want to
Didn't Stuart Young get up inside wherever and call members of the electoral party, the voters, call them pothongs and stuff? What do you call that?
Internalized oppression.
I don't know what to call that then. If I am within an entity and I cannot spread my wings, I cannot get up and say, hey, we don't like this, you should be doing this. What do you call that? I don't know what to call that. You're afraid of being victimized. You're afraid, as you say, he'll put you in exile. What do I call that? I'm oppressed. I can't say what I want to say.
Let me read it again.
I hear you. I'm reading the same thing from Google. But
is the process
I believe it can go a little further, but go ahead.
Accepting and reproducing the negative stereotypes and beliefs that are posed by the dominant group. For example, people that don't look in this country, there's 12% black, right? If the other people look at us in a certain way and say, you know them, like them only like to steal, them only like to thief, right? Let me give that as an example. Them only like to thief. And then we now come in and say, you see them, all them like to do is to thief, right? We have internalized what the other people think about us and putting it back on our own people and using the same thing they use against us. We're using the same thing against ourselves, what they use against us. That's what's internalized. That's exactly what it is.
I call that a victim of, socioeconomic things going on.
And I
am not going to look at a young black person and say, oh, they like to thief, or that's all they can do. I'm not going to do that.
Well, you mightn't do that, but there might be another sort of oppression that you internalize and think about your people the same way.
How about people taking responsibility for their own actions? How about that? How about you're not, it is wrong to go on and running people home. It is wrong to, snatch the woman's handbag, take the chick.
Anna, that has nothing to do with internalized oppression.
You gotta take responsibility for your actions, man. You gotta take responsibility for your actions.
That has nothing to do with internalized oppression. It has absolutely nothing to do with it.
And I say the oppression, the fact that they can come out and speak about it is because, they have the power to do it. And that, they're in charge. Oppression. They're the 1% or wherever percent coming down hard on the less fortunate.
Okay, so here it is. Kevin Williams, welcome. Kevin says, Diana, an example of internalized oppression is when Rowley say, if you want your back pay, you will lose your job. If you want your back pay, you will lose your job. And most of the public servers are African.
Precisely. Thank you very much. You're victimizing. You are the leader. You putting down, you can't do this and you can't, or else.
But Diana,
you're victimizing the workers.
The idea of it is that somebody that looks like you, using what the slave master you against you, and you using the same thing against your people.
And I agree that the people in charge in power doing these things to people, but I believe it's more oppression and victimization.
But Diana, oppression and internalized oppression is two different things.
Okay.
Only thing
the internalized oppression come from the general oppression. That's all I'm gonna say.
But self-destruction also comes into play. Remember there was a song, Self-Destruction?
Yeah.
Another thing too is that I'll go back to again, words cast a spell. That's why when you say what the word is, how you spell it. Words you over and over we keep hearing about the power of words. And it's very important to take note of it.
That was a long thing in here.
But you see, no, listen to this, right? Listen to this. This is what Judy says. All I have to say is black man is his very own downfall. And son, you need to be in Trinidad, move around and see and hear the mentality of Afro-Trini. Look in life, you will see no lies. Their behavior in the workplace is outrageous. They are on the job cussing vulgarity language. They don't want to work. Only how you get production out of them is working for a private company. That is internalized oppression. That is internalized oppression right there. That is exactly what I'm talking about. You see? Internalized oppression.
So why do they feel they can behave that way? Why don't they take responsibility for their behavior themselves?
It's not only them. They might be in the minority behaving that way, and we internalize it that that's the majority.
So why are they behaving like that in the first place? Where did they get it is okay to behave this way on a job?
You all have to understand internalized oppression. What we do is internalize what they do against us, and we do it against our own.
You see, the indiscipline is entrenched in the public servant to the point where it is destructive. And you have to realize that a lack of accountability and discipline on the part of those who hold power has brought us to this point. Because the average person who works in the public service in Trinidad and Tobago believes that those who are in charge of the governing structure are getting away with murder or are doing a lot of criminal act, a lot of illegal actions, and there are no consequences, because right from the start, since 1962, after we formed this nation and things started going wrong, and people did things wrong, they weren't disciplined. They actually were just moved around or shuffled around. And since then till now, nothing has changed in the minds of most people. So that's why when they work for the state, they just do their own thing and they get away with it. They keep getting away with it. The unions are so strong.
So the only people in discipline in the government jobs is black people, right?
No,
I'm asking a question, right?
No, no, they're not. They're not.
Only people like
all types of people. All types of people.
Let me ask you guys a question. Who does call their own self lazy more than any other group? Who does call their own lazy more than any other group?
I have no idea. I don't call anybody lazy. I know I bust my humps.
I'm saying who calls their own group lazy more than any other race? Which race call their own people lazy more than any other race?
African descendants.
There we go. You know why? The oppressors call us lazy, and we use what our oppressors call us and call our own lazy. That is internalized oppression.
Yeah, because we are conditioned to believe that.
Rose Indians are blacks too. How do you fix it, Angela?
What do you know? How do you fix it? Right? Stop calling your own lazy. Because in every group, there are lazy people. When you call your own lazy, it's like
lazy people, crazy people, mad people, good people, bad people, in every group.
Why are we the only group that mostly call our own people lazy? Why?
In any group you find a variety of people.
Correct. You don't think there's lazy Indians? You don't think there's lazy Syrians? You don't think there's lazy Chinese? Right?
Absolutely.
But they do not internalize and oppress their own by calling names that other people may call them. But we do it all the time.
You see, in Trinidad, there's a lot of indiscipline in society, and fingers are being pointed at each other. They point fingers at each other.
But to me, it's very simple. To me, and I give you guys this example. I was trying to get the building in Chumaca, Cavendale renovated or demolished. I wasn't trying to get that building for me, right? You know who was the people opposing for me to get that building and calling me all kind of names? It wasn't It wasn't no Indians. It wasn't no Syrians. It wasn't no Chinese.
Let me put it in perspective. Your own PNM supporters.
But I just said that. I just said it's PNM people who look like
your
me.
Your own PNM supporters.
But most of them are black. They're suffering from IO. They have a virus. Anything that a black person try to do in order to lift up their own, not anything. A few things that black people try to do to lift up their own with the PNM in power, right? The PNM black people, right? What they do is internalize it because they're suffering from internalized oppression and say, you know what? Them other people might want him to want that. He shouldn't have that either.
You ain't gave people whatever months. That is oppression. You have young men languishing in prison waiting on a court date. That is oppression.
Judy saying there's no lazy Syrians. How she know that? How Judy know there's no lazy Syrians? That is exactly what I'm talking about. You see? That is exactly what I'm talking about. She have internalized it to say that there is no lazy Syrians.
Oh.
Eh? You see what I'm talking about? That is exactly. No,
I think
Judy
she's saying it as a joke.
no,
No, yeah, she put,
no. I don't take that as a joke. No, Judy believe there are lazy black people, but there are no lazy Syrians.
oh, that's not what she said.
Look at this statement right there.
But Ansel, you have the
Mean Gene, stop using a broad brush to use a broad brush, and you cannot speak. Who am I speaking for all?
Ooh.
When did I ever say all people suffering from internalized oppression? Did I ever say that? No, correct. If I said it, right, I will apologize for saying that. Did I ever say that?
I don't recall. But Ansel,
did I ever say all people suffering from internalized oppression?
Wait, what about the young men languishing in prison, waiting for a remand, a court date? What are you doing to them? Right? And then when they come out now, who are the people that are representing them? They have to pay their money to try to get, some sort of judgment or whatever. Right? Why is the system set up that way? Why are young black men falling victim to that?
Why are
we on the oppression thing? Why are we on the oppression thing?
We're talking about we could change the debate. I was only talking about internalized oppression, and I believe that there are many. Eugene, listen carefully. There are many black people in the PNM, especially when I listen to 91.9 in Trinidad and Tobago. There are many of them who call in and are suffering from internalized oppression. And I use Fitzgerald Hines as an example. I use Dr. Rowley as an example. I use Marvin Gonzalez as an example. And I use Scotland as an example. Right? When you could tell a whole group, what wrong with all you could use coal pot. That's what the other group think about us. All you should be using coal pot and riding a bicycle. And he coming and telling you should do the same thing. Right? I mean, it's the term was not just in the lexicon of Trinidad and Tobago.
But Anselm, when you have the Prime Minister getting up on a podium and referring to another, I don't know if he's a member of Parliament or, plenty there, I don't know, and referring to this person as lice-ridden, lice, full of lice.
That is disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, what is that? So isn't that a form of internal oppression too?
No.
No, really? You're the leader of a country. And that's how you're referring to either your co-worker or cohort or whatever?
If other people think of us, if the dominant group think of us as lice-ridden people, and then I, as part of the group, come back and regurgitate and said, look at them, they're all lice-ridden people. That is internalized oppression.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. It starts at the helm from him. He should not be talking like that.
That's not
as leader of the country. So where the tentacles, where the little seed of oppression starts that grows into a tree of internalized oppression and all other kind of oppression, economic oppression, institutional oppression. Where does that seed start?
Then it's simple. Take what other people think of us and we regurgitate it against people that look like us. For example, again, most of us think that many people that look like us are lazy. And we regurgitate that all the time.
Well, why they don't want to work. I like how you say most, not all. Yeah. I like how you're saying not most, not all.
Yeah, I don't say all. I don't speak all. I don't speak. You understand? But Mean Gene, maybe, I don't know, Mean Gene, was he have one hearing aids tonight? I don't know if he wears a hearing aid.
He shifted the goalpost. He can shift the goalpost.
I don't know if he wears a hearing aid. But you see, folks, we have to take internalized oppression serious. It is a serious thing. And under the PNM, the PNM, many of the PNM callers to radio station are suffering. Let me give you all an example, right? Let me give you all an example. Today I called 91.9 and I tell them I was driving to Philadelphia and my son, you know, who just finished his PhD, right? One fella called in and care. Nobody, who care if he's
You're frozen. Are you there?
Yeah,
Anselm, yeah, Anselm is frozen. He's locked him. Mm-hmm. Lana said people don't know what people go through to keep a job, the belittling, etc. Captain said, Diana, tell them people to have homes, eh? Ooh, what else? I'm responsible for me after God, and I do or die. I have choices. That's Victoria Morris. Very good. He's asking, Captain Singh is asking, who is the dominant group, Walls? Who's the dominant group, Tommy?
Depends on which society you are.
I wonder if the mayor is backstage yet.
So sorry about that. No, you're not backstage yet. Sorry about that. Diana,
Yeah, but you would ask them. You were saying.
Yeah,
that
I want to say something. Right. So I call a radio station, right, and I was sharing some information. Yeah, I don't share personal information because I was driving with my son to Philadelphia, and I was saying that he was listening to the station and he didn't get. And I was saying that my son just finished his PhD. You know,
congratulations. Congratulations, Junior. Congratulations.
Tommy, thank you so much. Here is where internalized oppression comes in. Another person calling, who the hell cares? But he had a PhD. Nobody want to know if his son have a PhD. Anybody care about he any PhD? Internalized oppression.
That's right.
Internalized oppression. And that's what I'm telling you guys. What that person do is internalize because he hear that I say my son have a PhD. He comes, who cares about a PhD? Who cares? You understand? He don't even know what he work. He don't care about the work that I go through to get a PhD. He doesn't care. He doesn't care, right? But he comes because as he is internalized it, and due to there was oppression, he could call and say them kind of things. And the fella had to call him up and tell him, boss, you shouldn't be calling and criticizing people. That and I didn't call it. I was just having the discussion, and we were driving to Philadelphia, and that came up. You know what I mean? And that is what it is. Internalized oppression. Yep. Right? Let me tell you something else. Let me tell you something else. Many times they call the radio station and they would say, Anselm is not a professor. He's not a professor. He don't teach nowhere. He don't teach nowhere. Right? Now, half of them must even finish high school, eh?
I pause right there.
I have to be impeccable with my words. Let me
take pause that. Right there.
I take that back.
You see, you talk about it and you're doing it.
You know what I just says? I take it back. You know what I just said? I take it back.
But let's put things in perspective. Ignorance is probably a foot here when it comes to people not recognizing that some of the statements they are making on the radio station is going out into the world right now, especially with the World Wide Web. A lot of people are hearing what they're saying and they're showing their colors. They're showing that that ignorance is rampant. I don't know if I'm impeccable with my words, but we have to talk. We have to talk truth to power.
So, I do want to know who is the dominant group.
The mayor just sent me he got stuck in a meeting, so I asked him if he'll be able to join us. We go till 10 later, so I'm waiting for his response. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So do we agree on the fact that ignorance is afoot when it comes to some of the statements that are made, especially on some radio stations?
To me, there could always be ignorance. When Fitzgerald saying he's looking for the piper in a fella, that is totally internalized oppression. Because the other group, right, when they look at us, they're looking to see if you're driving a nice car, but he might be a drug dealer, boy. You understand? He got to be pushing drugs. And now our people look at us driving a nice car, and they think the same thing of us.
But I think internalized oppression is across the board.
What do you mean?
Well, let me use myself for an example here. Where I reside, I'm the only Afro Black woman in between 27 other homeowners in this condominium, complex. And I watch I've been here going on 3 years now, and I watch their attitudes toward me. Right? I think they have their own way of trying to oppress me internally, but I stood my ground.
Oppression. That's not. If now another Black person move into your complex, and the way that the other people look at you, they look at you the same way that they look at the other people look at you, that's internalized oppression.
What do you mean they look at me? But they tried all kind of things when I moved in here.
Okay, so Diana.
But I stood my ground. Diana, I let them know what's up.
If your neighbors, who I think is predominantly white, look at you in a certain way, and then the people in the other family in that same complex that look like you, look at you in the same way your neighbors look at you, then that's internalized oppression.
But they can internalize oppression, but they ain't bringing it my way because I'm thriving. I am not allowing their misconception of whatever they think I should be, to rouse me and for me to, fall from where I am. So that is their problem. It's internal circuitry. They're not oppressing me. They're not oppressing me.
Involves, they have to be a B, and a C.
They're not oppressing me, Ansel, because I refuse to let them do it. I stand my ground as a homeowner in here. So how is their conception of me? And you're not oppressing me for me to act stupid, or they can't. You can't oppress me.
Anna, nobody.
You allow them to do it.
Nobody's saying with regards to oppression, internalized oppression have a particular meaning. Oppression is different from internalized oppression.
You know where I encounter a lot of internal oppression or oppression and ism and all kind of thing in corporate America. I personally experience it. Let me finish. I've met on the job other Caribbean people, and they one day, go carry news, that's all the business. I come here to work. And they'll come together in their little clique and think they're leaving me out of lunch and they don't want to talk to me. And I'm like, okay, less people I have to intermingle with and say hello to. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
You can go ahead with your little clique and do what you got to do, but you're not toppling me from where I am until I am ready to move. But the actions, that went on, and you had to go into there and fit. I call it stems from racism. And all of the thing, and I am a Caribbean person like you, but you don't want to befriend me. Why? Because I'm not your little chatterbox. That's a form of oppression.
Diana, you're mixing it up. You're mixing
I'm
up.
mixing it up. It's not no oppression. What kind of thing in there?
Diana, Eileen says, Diana, you're oppressing yourself because you didn't really get to.
I'm not oppressing myself. You say what? What's that? What he said?
Eileen says you're oppressing yourself.
How am I oppressing myself?
Yes, but listen to what the man saying now, man. Listen now. Hold on, let me put it up.
I'm listening.
He says, Diana, you're oppressing yourself because you're just moving the ghetto and not in an upscale neighborhood.
Oh, really?
Diana, he's right,
Why should I? Well, you see, there we go. There we go. He thinks I should be in a ghetto. And in my way, you see that oppression is a mental thing, right? In my mind, I deserve the right to be here, where I am. Or Jehovah put me here. And here's where I stayed. And I stand and I fight my own battle. So they leave me alone now. Then they realize I am not one to cross. They leave me alone. Right?
So Judy says, African of the past had a different breed. They were very dignified, respectful, upstanding citizens. Today, it's a different breed except for a certain caliber of African people. Carnival jamming bacchanal is Afro-Trini downfall. All their dollars is for good times. I don't. That's painting a broad brush.
But Captain Singh said take them out, Diana, and walk them all over what? POs cleaning under the pavement. What's that?
You. I just can't understand what that fella that be saying.
Well, I'll tell you something, Captain Singh. The workers that come here to do the work, cut the grass, shovel the snow, carry out the dumpster, they all white.
Yeah.
You have to realize that Captain Singh, sometimes he's just.
Yeah. But I
don't know. I don't know what he's saying.
We can. The only reason why I got into this statement is because of what happened this morning, and it's the first time, when you're driving with your kids, and it'll be the best time. You know what I mean?
Listen, man, you have to enjoy your kids, man.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours to Philadelphia. We just talking.
Congratulations to the lad, first doctor in the family.
No. We have a few of them. We have to
be
congratulations.
We all have to be happy for him because
that's right.
I'm very happy for the man, and we talking and thing like that. And I just blurt it out because only once in a while I just make that statement. You know what I mean?
But you have to be a proud dad, and congratulations to you also.
Yeah. No, and Tommy, what I added was that a little black boy from Chumaka, Claventil.
Exactly.
You understand? In order for me to come out of the bowels of Chumaka, Claventil, building on apartment 2-1, and could go on and says that you have kids who are very, very, very respectable.
They stood on your shoulder, they stood proud, and they stood tall.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I was very proud, but due to internalized oppression, and I will say this, the black PNM people on radio doing themselves, many of the black PNM people, especially many of them on 91.9, they're doing themselves a great disservice. a disservice. Because
anybody who have good sense will realize that is really what's going on. That they
doing themselves a service because they're fighting for nothing to uplift the country. Well, no more
self-destruction is what's going on.
They're not trying to fight for things to uplift the country, right? They're trying for things to uplift their party.
And right? Why is that? Where that mentality come from? Why is that?
Let me look at the water situation in Trinidad. Look at the water situation. We're in 2023. 8 years.
Serious.
The party in power. And they're still blaming the UNC from 2010, 2015. You in power for almost a decade and you blaming them. Mamu went to Panama with all my money. Okay. And what?
But I always say the oppressor is only as strong as they are because they have accomplices amongst the oppressed.
No, but talking about the water situation, that is very sad.
3 months without water, you're paying a bill, and your car get it. There's no rebate. I mean, who allows that? The head of the country allowing that to happen?
But
the bills have increased. The bills have increased.
But Tommy and Diana, 8 years in power, and you blaming a party that was in power 8 years ago for the problems of water in the country? Nah.
But yet they had an article that came out years ago that Trinidad and Tobago's water problem should be fixed, right? 60 years ago, the article came out, or was it how many years? You have put it up on this thing already, and you still have water woes. No one's trying to fix that. No one is trying to fix the water. How do you live without water for 3 months and you had to hope and pray for rain? How do you do that, Ansel? I go to my pipe, my bathroom, my kitchen, turn on, water is always there. I go in my shower, water there. I have to water my plants, I brush my teeth, personal hygiene. How do you live without water for 3 months?
What really you have to think of is the fact that the methods and the technology that they use is still antiquated.
Well, let's see there. Look it up there.
Right.
Solve the water problem by 1960.
Yep.
Trinidad and Tobago to solve water problem by 1960.
And what year is it?
2023.
63 years later. 63 years later.
Trinidad and Tobago to solve water problem by 1960.
And that was published in what year?
Well, had to be 1959 or 56 or 57. You got to get them a few years, right? 1958 or 19. Had to be right. Had to be
So
year or so before.
So pretty soon it's gonna be 100 years of water wars.
Yeah, and you know what they should do? Since this was way back in 1958 or 59, they should fast forward and blame the UNC. In 1960, they should blame the UNC.
I'm so tired of the blame game.
I mean, it's just that's why my son listening to them, and he was like, Dad, you actually listen to this? I'm like, yeah, when I want to use 5% of my brain, I listen to it.
Yeah, but what happens is that it can put you in a depressed state, you know?
Nah. Here's why it doesn't put me in a depressed state. Because you are able to understand them better.
Okay.
No, you got a better understanding of them. That's why it's easier to deal with them. Like I hear a fella call the radio station and says, the UNC shouldn't be complaining because under Kamala Watch, they had one of the highest oil booms, prices of oil in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? Now listen to this. 1 year, in that year, them are the highest. But the other years, 2008 had higher than that year. So 1 year, they had high oil prices. Yes, 1 year. But all the other years was 2008. Right? So they're making it want to believe that them had the highest oil prices between 2010 and 2015, and they squandered it. Which is not true. As a matter of fact, let me give you guys it. Because I decided to save these things in my phone. Here it is. Here are the top 5 highest oil prices from 2000 to 2023. There was one other year included in this, which was in 2011. 147.27 on July 11, 2008. 145.31 on July 14, 2008. 140.70 on July 15, 2008. 139.12 on July 16, 2008. 135 on July 17, 2008. And then one time in 2011, it was like about 130 something, right? So these years were even higher than that year between 2010 and 2011. So everything we want to put, and we have to stop that. They want to blame the UNC. Blame the UNC. They have to stop it.
Yeah.
They have to stop it.
Do the research and see what the facts are.
When I hear him call the radio station and tell that, I stop my car, I pull over, and it take me less than 2 minutes to get those numbers. But you see them fellas ain't go call you with them kind of dotishness though. You understand?
They won't even come into the chat. They have such venom toward you and Slim. They're not even coming in and, like engaging, with the village.
You know they ban me from.
I'm sure they're listening.
I don't know why is it so toxic that you cannot speak about the ills that are plaguing the nation, and we want better for the people. Why? Oh, they out there, hush all them out. You don't know what's going on. But yet when they are, you can send me a $5 US. Why we born there? We have a right to talk about what's going on. Trinidad is too small a place for all these things.
But then, Tommy, listen to this, right? Listen to this. You see, that's why. Anyway, so listen. They banned me from programs on 91.9. They say they're
oppressing you.
Huh?
They're oppressing you.
Yeah, they're oppressing me. Right? They banned me, and then they banned me because, right, they don't want to hear me. So one person in the morning, Sharon Felix, banned me because I tell them the part of the go along, get along, P&M gang. She said I was disrespectful. Right? Imagine that. if I say you part of the go along, get along, P&M gang are disrespectful. Until I call and apologize to them for saying that they are part of the go along, get along, P&M gang are disrespectful. So she banned me. She banned me, and she have a sidekick. He banned me too. So you know when she done there and he there, I get banned. Then Julia Davy, from 2 to 4, she banned me too. Well, she banned me because she just don't want to hear me. Right?
Well, they might as well give you the ban of the year.
Yeah, well, ban of the year, not just ban of the year.
I wonder if I try to call in again with another poem, if they're gonna let me.
But listen, now Pastor Google haven't banned me. He just give me a little leeway. You understand? And I kind of ain't see him taking my course, so I can't say he banned me. Right? The only program I could really call now is the program from 4 to 7 o'clock.
And what about your friend Aisha Wells? What happened?
Well, Aisha no longer there.
She's out of the mix.
Aisha's out of the picture, so I had to tread very carefully now with the program between 4 and 7, because now I go get banned out the whole. I go get banned at Trinidad and Tobago too, not just banned at the
Yeah, you better not go to Piarco. That's right, or A&R Robinson.
Again, steel band, orchestra band, is all kind of band again. And but to me, the management of 91.9, right? They should be held accountable. Because they are allowing their employees to censor people because the hosts don't want to hear what they have to say.
And who owns 91.9?
Well, it's Bashment Radio, Trini Bashment.
Trini Bashment. So, okay, Bashment Radio. Who makes up the ownership body? Who?
Well, I'm my friend, though,
That your friend?
Yeah, I'm my friend.
And who's your friend?
So I ain't talking bad about my friend.
I know you're not talking bad, but who's your friend? You're not talking bad about them. Well, but who's your friend?
I can't talk bad about my friend.
Who is it? Is it Iowa George? Who is it?
I'm not talking bad about my friend.
But you're not talking bad about your friend, but who is allowing them to ban you? Who is giving them the autonomy for you not to call in? I can call the name.
Not a lot.
No. He doesn't have anything to do with it.
No, he doesn't have anything to do with
that. So he doesn't have anything to do with that radio station?
I'm not gonna call his name.
You're not calling name. I'm asking the heathen.
Ask Tommy.
That I call.
Ask Tommy. Look, Tommy right there. Ask
Tommy. Tommy who own 91.9. Tell me now. Anybody in the chat who own 91.9? Tell me now.
Mr. George does, but Mr. George is not of that. He wouldn't.
Right. Well, okay. Well, if he's not of that, then he needs to put a policy down. Let Wall Street call in and speak. You ain't gonna talk bad about your friend. I'm gonna talk about him. Let anybody who call him. Hello. You want to censor me now?
No, I'm not censoring you. But I'm telling you, he's not.
Let anybody who call in and talk, as long as they're not doing any racial terms or disrespectful to the guests. That is what Iowa need to do. I say so, Iowa. If you listen, give me a number. I'll call him and tell him that they barely let me finish my poem. Why is that?
I'm a friend. I don't
care if you're a friend or not. You're operating like Trump.
Nah, I know he. No. It is not him.
Well, let him call and redeem himself. You should be able to call in and say what you got to say. I should be able to call in and say my poem. I should be able to say what I got to say because I'm a born Trini. You should have got them hosting it trying to indicating to press the button now disconnect the call. Iowa George, I need to hear from you.
What you have to do, what we do is we call the station and we voice our concerns.
Right, we have the right.
On air because he is not responsible for what they are doing.
Send me Iowa number. I go call him and tell him, think it over. Think it again.
I'm a partner. I'm talking about partner. I'm not talking about partner.
It's getting kind of so now.
Think it over. Think it again.
Hey, but listen. We don't want
Once again, guys, we are not angry at each other. We share, we banter, we do it fiercely, we defend our point of view. And when the show is done, we have a virtual glass of wine.
I think Mean Jean go send you thing you vex, though.
Okay, I hope you Mean Jean, no man.
Mean Jean go say, oh God, Dan, I stop getting vexed.
Oh, that I don't pay Mean Jean, no man.
Talking bad is making lies and fake news. Speaking truth is not bad mouthing.
Nope. Got to say what you. Those fellas sing about water since the 70s. Highly. Only way general election keeps us go everybody what they want. They're gonna get what they want. Right, Lana? They're gonna trinkle thing, wave things in front of them like trinkets.
Joy Smith, welcome.
Hey, good night, Troy.
Listen.
What's up? Waste of time.
Yeah, I mean.
But you know,
Judy says blaming UNC is to sidetrack their wrongdoing in cabinet. And gullible fools fall for the
yeah.
Listen, man, there's a lot, just distraction right through.
All the time.
Yeah, like nothing ain't gonna get changed in the judicial system. It's still gonna everything's gonna go down the same way, and you know, business as usual.
But Diana and Tommy, I don't hear them calling and saying, here are some remedies and solution for 26% of black people living below the poverty line. I don't hear them calling and saying Trinidad and Tobago is one of the top 10 Caribbean countries with black people living below the poverty line.
That's an attitude for them.
I don't hear them calling and saying what are the government policies to reduce that number.
Yep.
You know, I mean, just because they are the dominant people who vote that party in power.
And they're gonna go on that. It look like that, but let me think. I put a line in my poem. Trinidad is being held a political hostage by people in the north and the south villager. The south people doing the thing to her. The voting party to her. Okay, and not country. Good. So what's the solution? What's the solution? You're gonna go and do the same thing over again? Because you're gonna get the same result. If you mix macaroni, cheese, egg, and milk, and you put it in the oven, you get macaroni pie. You're not gonna get callaloo. All right, people. You're gonna do the same thing again. You're gonna end up in the same position, nothing being done.
I think there are two ways in which people are controlled. First of all, frighten people, and secondly, demoralize them. An educated, healthy, and confident nation is harder to govern. And I think there's an element in the thinking of some people. We don't want people to be educated, healthy, and confident because they would get out of control. The top 1% of the world's population own 80% of the world's wealth. It's incredible that people put up with it, but they're poor, they're demoralized, they're frightened, and therefore they think perhaps the safest thing to do is take orders and hope for the best.
And that's what they do.
Yep.
Simple. Take orders and hope for the best.
Take orders and hope for the best.
Yes, since 19-something, Trinidad likely to fix problems, water problems by 1960. You understand? Likely to fix water problems by 1960. You see, all you know, we don't make up things here. This is the paper. What's in the back of me? The ID papers, you know.
And how often have you heard that UWE produces some of the best engineers?
Well, isn't the Prime Minister a geologist? No, them that study rocks. Oh yeah, my mistake.
He's my Prime Minister. Yeah, Judy, exactly. Some different times. None have any solutions for national. But yeah, we do the same thing. And everybody, they want this and they want that, and this Burgess or whatever, you know, a seat or what. I asked the people, what did you really win? What you voted? What was won?
Look at this. This is September 6, 2022. No water in parts of Trinidad after floods clogs waterways. This is September 6, 2022.
What did you guys really win? What did you win? If somebody could come and tell me what y'all won in that local generator. Oh, we won. What did you win? I would like to know.
I mean, what they win?
I want to know. What did you win? You don't want in your pipe. I don't know how. I hear a lot of children. The booklets can't get filled. People that there's no prospect of jobs really. Cal, what's going on with Cal? What's going on with Cal? Tommy, you know what's going on with Cal?
Cal, they're flying, man. Nessie says, no, they mean 2060, not 1960.
Nessie funny.
Oh, God! Anyways, Nessie, that's a good one. Nessie said, Nessie, fully should. You mean 2060, not 1960. So Nessie, what to do? I had to print out that newspaper, white out the 19 and put 2060 and then put it back up.
Yeah, you should make a meme headline like that.
Why?
Somebody said, hey, Rosa, she's going to appear busy in her kitchen. Today is her lazy day.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, the business places employing Vennies instead of Trinis. Ain't that a form of oppression too? You're oppressing the Vennies by giving them a cheaper wage and you're locking out the Trinis.
But wait, as you say about Vennies, you hear the story, what break? I think the story was today. Let me read that story for you. I find that what is that story, boy? Didn't I forward that to myself? Hold on.
What story was that?
The court Venezuelan with some cassava.
Oh yeah.
In a taxi.
Yeah.
Who sent me that story, boy?
And it was me. And they confiscated.
Yeah. Let me see.
And what became of those Vennies that stood up again toward there was a Venezuelan guy who got deported, but then he came back to Trinidad and he asked the commissioner of police to investigate with Gerald Hines. Anybody know what became of that?
Nah.
Did the Vennies stand up to the writer? Okay.
Catch them pennies in a maxi taxi. Like 5 at Trinidadian. They had 100 pounds or some other thing and some other thing and some other thing. Yeah?
Lord.
Think it's easy. Trinidad is not a real place.
Don't say
that. But what do they think is going to happen if they prefer to hire the Vennies and not the Trinis? Is it because a lot of Trinis are not applying for the work, Alana? Or
no, but you see, Diana. We have to be very careful with that, you know. And here's why. Because there are people living in this country, Americans who live in this country, will not go to Burger King, Wendy's. They just don't think of doing those jobs. So why should we, right? If Trinidadians don't want to work at Royal Castle and those things, why would she be against them if they don't want to do it?
Not just that. Indisciplined and the Venezuelans are more disciplined.
Right.
Internal oppression. Be careful.
Yes. No,
according to Anselm's definition. According to Anselm's definition.
We have we have discipline issues that has to be resolved.
Yeah. No, Caribbean
soul. Where does those indisciplined attitudes come from?
Internalized oppression.
But I'll tell you something. I wonder, right? If you take those same people who don't want to work at the places you call in Trinidad, who don't want to do that kind of work, and you give them an opportunity to come out here, they will go and do it here, though.
100. There we go. There we go. Different kettle of fish. There we go. I like that. Yes. I agree with that. Send them to Canada. Send them to anywhere else.
Pick fruit and stuff. They're going to do it in the cold.
Yes.
So where does that indisciplineness come from in your homeland? Right? I remember when I first came here, I did 6 months of broadcasting and stuff, and didn't have no money, couldn't find a work. Papi ain't helping me. I had to go find a babysitting job, a house cleaning work. You understand? To take care of myself. And I always say, people always say that that's one teacher that I always thank. That woman hired me. She was a teacher. Her husband used to work for a publishing company. And they hired me to take care of their two most prized possessions, a 3-month-old boy, and I think the other one was 2 going on 3, 2-year-old boy. And that was my job.
2 babies.
And I come from Barbados. I came to the States from Barbados working at a very prestigious job. But I wanted to do the journalism and return. But, you know, things happen. And I decided to stay. And I don't know if I would have babies. I probably would have, because I did it. But I don't know if I would clean people's houses in Barbados. But I had to do it here.
Yeah, listen to Hailey. Listen to Hailey. You see what I tell all you? Look what Hailey. Look what Hailey say.
What do you say?
Look on the screen.
Let me. I'm not seeing it on that. I have a smaller phone there. Let me expand this here. You put up the chat. They're lazy.
It's on the screen.
Talking about is making bad lies and fake news.
Okay, all right. All in seeing what I just put up on the screen there. Let me put.
Yeah, I saw it. The 2 words. They're lazy.
Right. See? You see again? All you see what I'm talking about? Look what highly pop on the screen. I'm trying to tell all you. I'm telling all you. It comes normal. It is a normal thing. It's normal. It's past normal. It's normal. We have normalized that. For us to think that way. You see? Look what Hailey said. Caribbean Soul say like Biden cut Wall Street electricity. Now he just give it.
Lord. Caribbean Soul,
he just give it back away. So Caribbean Soul says, imagine the TTPS posted up a young lady missing and they have her in police custody. Police look like fools. Caribbean Soul already happening, true? You see, Rose says, Vinny's work hard for small money. You see?
What do you, now I go Paul, stick up in there and say, what do you don't have no money at all. You don't have no money at all. What is small money then? Tommy?
It doesn't mean that you're lazy.
Tommy, what's small money?
Small money is what the Trinidadian wouldn't work for.
Correct.
But you don't have none at all. You don't. Here's the premise I've created. You don't have no money at all. So what is small money then?
Well, no money is better than small money.
No money is better than small money. Okay.
I'm working for that.
But I work for small money. I work for minuscule money. I work for miniature money. I work for diminutive money. I work for midget money. All kind of money, small money to keep myself afloat and take care of myself. Right? So I don't know what is small money. Somebody can explain. You are none at all. You're not regularized where you can go and apply for regular work.
Small money is what we work for. Small money is what we work for when we leave the Trinidad and go to the larger countries. That's what we work for.
I didn't see that small money. I saw myself as gainfully employed. That's what I saw myself as. Gainfully employed.
And I say you had to work 2 jobs in Trinidad to survive. You had to work 2 jobs to survive in TNT.
But if you know, you can't even get one in the first place. People have to stop with this small money mentality. Look, I'll tell you. I had a family member who claimed they couldn't get work, and I said, okay, I went out wherever, and I said I'm gonna go apply for work. Top of the hour, answer them.
Folks, it's in the village of the DAT Triplets and WZYE. We come to every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this short message.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM. You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM. You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Back with you. It's in the village of the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come there every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. I want you all to take a listen to this. All right?
Mm-hmm.
It's fine to a bed in the hospital. Yeah. And we can't hear a word, and we can't hear a word from health minister.
Just mute your mic. Mute your mic.
Black water we have to drink. What's I say? You want the smelly stink. Now we have to drink. And we have a problem. What's I say? Clean, but the smelly stink. Yeah. You can't even use your body and a prayer, no problem. Yeah, you dial a prayer. All the food in a mess and it's like nobody care. Oh. You can't even call the prime minister. He doesn't even hold in the government area. And the shop no problem. No problem.
We are back with you. It's in the village of the DAT Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. You know, long ago, sorry about that. You know, long ago we hear that was Shorty song, Money No Problem.
Right.
Right? Victoria says, it is unheard of when you try to talk to some of them. There is work in this country, but they prefer to do nothing than to work for what they call small money. I stop feeling sorry for them.
Mm.
So if I don't want to go and work in Royal Castle or in Kentucky Fried Chicken, what wrong with that?
But look, Ansem, I prove a point. When I was there before the pandemic, way before the pandemic, I went to an establishment in Arima. A certain family member of mine was stating they couldn't find work, a young male. And I was like, really? So I went to this establishment in Arima. I said, I'm looking for a job. And lady asked me, how old are you? I said, I'm 51 or whatever. She said, well, but you look like you could handle. So she gave me an application form. I filled out. So I had to go back the next day with documents, but I know I ain't going back. But I got the job. I bring your documents up tomorrow. You'll start at 8 a.m. Right? So I said to myself, what is your problem that you can't go and find a work? And you're younger and stronger than me. Right? And when I asked him, he said, what, that's small money. I said, but you have no money. Small money is bigger than no money, right?
No money is bigger than small money.
I would say small money is bigger than no money. So I don't know the
Depends on
concept.
where you are. Depends on where you are.
You correct is
Depends
right.
on where you.
So Caribbean Soul says, Wall Street, you ever see a flyer of WASA employment? WASA is made up of unskilled laborers, family, friends, and criminals. Oh, God.
Ooh.
Let me play my own
Play disclaimer.
You disclaimer.
Let me play my own disclaimer. Boy.
All opinions and views expressed by the program participants, including those on social media, are solely their opinions and views and do not reflect the opinions and views of WZYE management and staff.
Oh, wait, Tommy. Listen, Tommy.
Yes.
Judy says, Tommy, come Trinidad, bring your knowledge, set up a party or join Hope. They're putting you in the bourgeoisie party, boy.
Judy, I don't need the stress.
Tell me about it.
I'm managing stress at this particular point in my life, and I need to do it as effectively and as best as I can. Judy, we will have to talk privately for me and you for you to understand why I want no part of that. The correct English is I want, but I say I want.
Okay. Hailey says, God say, you shall enjoy the works of your own hands. You reap what you sow. Okay. Rose
I'm trying
says,
to reach out to the mayor here. See where he is.
My husband and my son gave me small money today, so I did not cook and they had to buy lunch.
Oh no, Judy.
Judy, I like you. I really like you. You're good. You're good.
Oh.
Victoria says, Diana, that is the problem. Don't feel sorry for them. They prefer to do nothing. Judy says, I would rather work for small dollars better than zero and begging. You know, Judy, I can tell you, some people rather beg than work for small dollars, you know.
True.
Because they make more money begging than working for small dollars. You know what I mean? Some people make a good living. Huh?
Begging is not hard work for them.
Not hard work, I mean. Yeah. Begging is easy thing. Small thing. You know what I mean? What is the minimum wage in Trinidad? $15?
Someone will have to appraise us of that.
What's the minimum wage in Trinidad? I'm sure you go and beg, you could make $15 an hour.
Anselm, the mayor says he got tied up. He was on his way in home, and there's some wake going on in the village, in his village, so he's attending it.
All right, we can bring him on the next time.
So I told him on Saturday. He asked me Saturday is better. I said, yeah, okay. So we rearranged it. He got called into a meeting at 2:00 today that just finished, and he was on his way home to come join us. But yeah.
I feel Vonnie Roberts must call him, you know.
Oh no.
You see Vonnie Robertson come in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vonnie call him. Yeah, Vonnie, we are here, you know. We are here, you know. We send our drone and we check you out.
Vonnie's a Siparian?
No, Vonnie's UNC. The mayor of Siparia is UNC.
What part of Trinidad he's in?
Siparia. Who, Vonnie?
Yeah.
Now Vonnie does send out drones.
Oh, he's a drone operator.
Yeah, he's a drone king. He's a drone king. Yeah, he's a drone king. So he sent out a drone. He sent a message to the mayor about a drone. He said, what John fellas? Oh God. Oh, she says 17 something.
It's minimum wage.
Look, but wait. Look, Victoria agreeing with Hailey. What is this? Let me see this. What Victoria agreeing with Hailey there about, boy? Oh, Hailey say they don't understand how money works. As they get our money is fat, drugs and rum shop, money done.
Talk.
Yeah.
These
Talk
broad
it to
brushes. These broad brushes. How you gonna paint a broad brush of people? How could you
Fat,
do that, Hailey? And Victoria, you agreeing with Hailey?
fat, fat, fat,
Come
fat
on.
after fat after fat. Stink and dirty fat.
What
Water fat.
Trinidad?
No, but
What other kind of fat?
if you open a rum shop, you could stay in business.
But so it's only black people alone does drink?
No,
Stink and dirty fat.
Huh?
no,
I ain't saying that. Stink and dirty fat.
that is
Water
not.
fat. The
Well, what
people want
percentage of
water.
Trinidadians could go just go a stink and dirty fed? What percentage?
Hmm? I don't know. I know nobody ain't getting my nobody
Let's say
getting my $1,000.
a fed have 2,000 people, 3,000 people.
How much is this thing got dirty fat?
Now it might be 3,000.
But nobody ain't getting my 3,000 TT to go
What
and dance up in mud and all that. No, Diana ain't doing that. I will pay my 3,000 TT to sit in Queen's Hall or Shore Park or somewhere to see proper entertainment. I'm not going in no muddy place, getting on like no swine.
But wait.
$3,000?
I don't
No.
know. I don't know about this. Judy says that person in lie. He knows what he's saying. Venny's getting job in Wassa. How Venny's go get job in Wassa?
You don't know?
No, I never said they are not getting jobs. I said, how could Venny's get jobs in Wassa? How?
See?
Don't
Judy said stink and dirty fat is predominantly the Afro-Trinese.
What percentage of Afro? We're going into internalized oppression again. What? Judy says I'm in denial.
Not getting my $3,000. No.
Caribbean Soul says, my wife just beat me and take away all my money. And I tell her, baby, only you could do that. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
God. Caribbean Soul, I hope you ain't call your wife 12, eh?
Right? She doesn't do nothing.
Oh, dear.
How do you have seen 12, though?
Hailey says, imagine in the night you have to sneak into the dark to take a bath by the big time. Hailey wants to do that.
Yeah, a man, a fella, pickpocket a midget, right? The fella asks him, how could you stoop so low?
I said, you will get pelt by them short people. You go using that word and saying that joke.
Oh God. Judy want me to come Trinidad and get that first hand look. I don't need to come Trinidad and get a first hand look, Judy. I have family living in Trinidad.
Yeah, he can't come because them PNM people they'll come and find him.
I have family living in Trinidad.
They will come. They don't like it that he has dissented from the party. He ain't resigned yet. I'm waiting for that resignation letter.
Why you want me to resign from the PNM?
But while we on it though, Ansel, did you all see that my friend was on Rise and Shine this morning?
Who's that?
Watson.
Oh, he was on there?
Yeah, Eugene prompted me to. I think I shared it with you. I'm not sure. He was on there, and Brother B was asking him the same kind of questions, and he was like batting like Ron Canai, boy.
Watson Duke in the political cemetery.
He was batting, boy. I said, yeah, boy.
Sorry, Watson Duke in the political cemetery.
Judy, we're not hearing it. Judy said you're scared to come.
With me? No, Judy, I go. When I come, I'm going straight to Bagel. I'm gonna look for Watson. When I go, I'm gonna look for Watson Duke.
Make sure you see Shaki first. Make sure you see Shaki
Yeah, but I
first,
just
though.
Shaki first. Yeah, I just see Shaki. I must see Shaki. I want to show you all something. This is interesting. Hold on, our good friend of the station called Watson Duke. Hold on, let me see this. Where we getting it here? Let me get this here. Hold on, I want to show you all something. I sure I saved that, but I don't think I saved it. Our friend Dr. Mohammed was on as Tobago updates. And they asked him about Watson Duke. And he called Watson the Lazarus of politics.
The Lazarus of politics?
Yeah.
Mm.
So good.
You mean he has risen again?
No. Hold on. All right. Let me get this for you guys. Shane.
He rose from the dead, huh?
I tell you, Watson finds a way to remain relevant. And you all think I'm joking.
No, Watson Duke. All right. I'll go play this in a little bit. But is Ola Christopher gonna do the same thing here that this person did? I want you to take a listen to this. I have to send this to Ola Christopher. You know who Ola Christopher is, right?
COP.
Yeah. Maybe she could take a picture out of this young lady's page. This young lady. Well, I want you all to listen to it. Yeah, and then we're gonna get to Dr. Shane Mohammed talking about
Duke.
And all right, so take a listen to this.
After 3.5 years on the job, Philadelphia Police Commissioner Danielle Outlaw is resigning as the city's top cop. The mayor's office says she'll step down later this month to take a new role in a new city. Action News reporter Sharifa Jackson live for us now at police headquarters with reaction to this announcement. Sharifa.
And Shari, this news, it began to spread quickly early this morning. Commissioner Outlaw, she announced her departure to the department here in a letter to the police staff. She plans to leave for a new leadership role with the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey.
The opportunity she's taking is, I think, a terrific opportunity, and she'll do well there.
One of his proudest appointments, Mayor Jim Kenney referring to Police Commissioner Danielle Outlaw just hours after she resigned.
She did a great job, and she made a lot of good changes.
Outlaw is expected to stay on the job until late September. Sources say her plan to leave was in the works for a while. The first black woman to lead Philadelphia's police force. She came from Portland in February of 2020, months before the pandemic shut down the city, and was immediately thrust into the difficult role. Also criticized for a number of challenges, including the rising gun violence and dramatic reduction in the number of officers in the department.
We're down about 1,600 people, which is, it's not good for the police that are out there. It's not safe, and it's not good for the community.
FOP Lodge 5 President John McNesby, who has been a vocal critic of Outlaw's performance, says he is optimistic for the next leader, Interim Commissioner John Stanford, appointed by the mayor.
I'm looking forward to the new commissioner, John Stanford, and getting some things done, and being able to hopefully increase the ranks.
Her resignation comes just months before administration is set to change in the city. Reaction pouring in from Democratic mayor nominee Sherelle Parker, who says there is no police commissioner who has ever dealt with the tornado of black swan events that Commissioner Outlaw was forced to reckon with during her tenure. And Republican mayoral candidate David O, who says he felt Outlaw was disadvantaged by an administration that had strained relations with its police force. And this didn't come as a surprise to everyone. It's not unusual for incoming mayors to name a new commissioner. Now, Outlaw's last day will be September 22nd. We're live outside Philadelphia Police Headquarters. Sharifa Jackson, Channel 6, Action News. Shari.
Some people may ask if Ola Christopher should do the same thing.
Yeah, she can go around the port. They said, didn't the New York City Commissioner resign too? Because it is alleged that Mayor Adams micromanages.
Oh, that's what it says?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I want you all to listen to this other thing, right? This other video. You see, we are talking about the problems we have between Tobago and Trinidad, right? And we have talked many times about a sea bridge, right? So I think Trinidad has good relations with China, right? We would say that, right?
I don't know.
Huh?
Don't they own half the things down there?
Don't they what?
Don't they own half the things in Trinidad? I don't know.
Nah. They don't have
But
anything.
well, I would say yeah, because they got a big archway in the middle of Port of Spain. But so go ahead.
Charlotte Street is no Chinatown, right? Charlotte Street is no Chinatown, right?
Big archway. So you must have good relations, but you yet to find Trinidad Tobago inside of Beijing. But go ahead now.
You know, you can find a flag, a Trinidad and Tobago flag.
You find it. And while we on it, I had the thought earlier. You see where they put the Trinidad and Tobago street? What part of New York they put it?
Sure. No, that's a good.
Anybody notice where they put it?
No, but that's a good thing, though. I don't care where
they put it. That's a good thing.
Yeah. The idea is a good.
Why is that? Why didn't they have it in Brooklyn? Why don't I have one in the Bronx? Why did they put one in Queens? And that part of Queens?
No.
There's some people that brought that concern to me, and knowledgeable, intellectual people. Why is it they put that?
There are a lot of Trinidad businesses in that area.
There are a lot of Trinidad businesses in the Bronx. There are a lot of Trinidad businesses in Brooklyn.
That we cannot be wanting to unite and encourage that type of divisiveness.
It was brought to me, so I said, let me throw it out on the panel.
In Brooklyn, the people in Queens can say the same thing. If you do it in the Bronx, the people in Brooklyn and Queens can say the same thing. That's divisiveness.
So that's a good thing.
At the end of the day, it's Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay. All right, answer. So the person, are you in the chat? Are you listening? You heard it for yourself.
Yeah,
I posed the question, and the two panelists agree.
To me, if we are gonna keep going down that road, that's divisive.
Somebody, I said, really? I said, well, let me raise the issue in here.
No. I never thought about that. I look at it and I say that's something good for Trinidad and Tobago. It is incumbent on, maybe, who knows, maybe the mayor out there decide to do that. Maybe they have asked the mayor in New York to do it and they decide not to do it. Maybe they could have invest the choir and the only place going to do it is someone out in Queens going to do it. So what?
Yeah, but isn't New York City mayor the mayor of Queens too?
There's never separate. Don't they have a separate person in charge of Queens? No?
Well, he's in charge of 5 boroughs.
The 5 boroughs.
All right.
New York City.
So they have to get his okay then, right? So to me, I mean, Tommy, that's what's like if the mayor of Newark decide to put a street on Broad Street and name it Trinidad and Tobago, right? Maybe he shouldn't put it downtown. Maybe he should put it in Weequay.
I feel it should have been in Times Square area. The center of the world.
I have a problem with it.
No.
That's what I feel it should be. Huh?
Yeah, I feel anywhere they put it is important. Anywhere they put it.
Or rename Wall Street. Wall Street is where they traded slaves in the first place. Take it down. Put Trinidad and Tobago there, man.
No, you never rename Wall Street.
That's not appropriate.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's not appropriate.
No Wall Street.
We mash it down. We lick away Wall Street. No more Wall Street.
No, we want to put it in a place where Trinidad culture or businesses are predominant.
Yes. There's a lot of Trinidad.
You have a lot of Trinidad. I'm just saying, people in Brooklyn say so. Why couldn't be in Brooklyn?
Maybe Queens might have more Trinidad business than Brooklyn.
It does.
So, if it is, I mean, I never. Once it's Trinidad and Tobago in this country, I think they could put it in Manhattan for all I care. Once it's somewhere, I think the recognition is more important more than anything else.
Trinidad and Tobago Avenue.
China likes to build roads on the sea or mountains. See how China's infrastructure is putting high-speed rail over the sea. This cross-sea bridge is 14.7 kilometers long. It of which 10.8 kilometers are offshore when it opens. High-speed trains from Fuzhou to Xiamen will pass over the bridge at an average speed of 350 kilometers per hour. In order to build the bridge quickly, the engineering team used a Lego construction method. First, the pylons are built, and then the girders between them. But the team faced an unprecedented problem. Most of the previous viaducts had been built with 32-meter sections, but the environment is harsh, with wind gusts of up to force 6 resulting in fewer than 200 effective construction days in a year. In order to speed up the construction schedule, engineers increased the length of the bridge section of the viaduct to 40 meters, weighing 1,000 tons. The engineers therefore had to develop a machine that could lift the heavier sections of the bridge, but with more compact dimensions than the existing bridging machines. It's the Kunlun Bridge Erector. It's 116 meters long and 9.2 meters high, shaped like an elongated missile car. It can carry a 40-meter section of bridge weighing 1,000 tons. It travels to the construction site to build bridges. After 6 months of production, the new Kunlun Bridge Erector has come into view. It will be put to the test in the Cross Sea Railroad project.
Tell me they can't do something like that in Trinidad?
Those waters are calm compared to the waters between Tobago and Trinidad. You see, the environment.
Find calm waters out there, man.
No, Anselm, between Trinidad and Tobago, those waters are treacherous.
So I mean, them Chinese could do anything, boy.
Yeah, but listen,
I'm not disputing that, but the effort will be much more costly. Look, Chesapeake Bridge Bay Tunnel, you have probably taken that already to go from the Delmarva Peninsula to VA Beach. It's a pretty long.
Oh God! Say that again, Tommy.
The Delmarva Peninsula connects to the Virginia Beach through the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel setup roadway.
Okay.
That is the Atlantic Ocean, and at times it gets very treacherous.
But they did it though.
Yep. But what
As
they
a
had
matter
to do.
Go ahead, Tommy.
But in certain portions of the spans, they use tunnels so that they can not disrupt the shipping lanes.
Tommy, them Chinese could do whatever you want them to do. It may cost you a good penny. But in Trinidad and Tobago, we need a little innovation. You understand? Because when we go and get them little them pig boats, what does break down every other month? Right? Them farm boats that we have in Trinidad. What they call again? The Kobo Star. The Kobo Star and the
oh Lord.
AP and the AP what? AP Philip.
James and the Spirit.
Yeah. Them things just break down every other month. No, look, Tommy, since you say that one, look at this one.
Cars are going through the bottom of the lake. That's pretty cool. This is the lake tunnel in Suzhou, China. It's a combination of a bridge and a tunnel. The project only cost $300 million. It was built in 2006 in order to shorten the travel time of vehicles and solve traffic congestion. The engineers built a tunnel under the lake at a depth of 6 meters. The tunnel is 7.3 kilometers long. It was constructed using the drilling using cofferdam method. The tunnel was constructed by means of cofferdams, which transformed the relatively difficult water construction to normal land-based construction. Eliminating the effects of wind, waves, and changes in water level, the method simplifies drilling equipment and techniques and reduces construction costs. The construction process was very difficult, but it took only a year to complete. This is a very efficient construction. Such a cheap and high-quality project, I'm afraid only China can do it.
Tommy, we not serious.
But Anselm, the other day I was just laying down, I was thinking, I wasn't thinking of any poetry or anything, right? And I was thinking, how how can you control that the borders of Trinidad and Tobago better from, the illegal entry by, especially the Venezuelans, coming up South America? Isn't there a point of Trinidad that is really close to
Venezuela?
Venezuela, yeah, a strait, right? So why can't they build a bridge there and enforce tolls and move so that money you get from the tolls, you can afford to hire more what do you call them, Coast Guard or Border Patrol people, and position them in the weak areas where the people usually sneak in, and so you get an income from the tolls, and you could you can hire additional Border Patrol. Nobody thinks of these things. Just a suggestion.
Like it.
Huh?
Yeah,
Like
even with the Tobago Bridge, you will have to charge at least $100 toll each way.
Well, they're paying $300 on the airfare.
No, I tell all you, internalized oppression have done something to us. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Right? Before I put up the post, right? Now, most people will think, those other people will think that we cannot do something like what I just showed, right? Right? Most people think that, right? Now, listen to Mean Gene.
Oh, Mean Gene on you tonight, boy.
Listen to what Mean Gene said. Listen, only read it out loud so the people can hear it, please, now.
Oh, dear.
He doesn't have the money to do
read
that.
Read it out, please, if you don't mind.
Wall Street
internalized
have the money to do that.
Internalized oppression. You see, the other group, right, believes that all them people from all over the place believe that we cannot do that. We can't do that. Mean Gene agree with them. You see? See what I'm telling all you? It rampant.
Hello, Hailey. Remember the PNM guy from Tobago who said 500 million is small money, but China can build a bridge on the water for 300 million. Trinidadian politicians lazy.
No, the last part, the first part, I fully agree with Hailey. You understand? But you see, this is what we're talking about. Mean Gene is saying something to improve the lives of people in Trinidad and Tobago. You don't care about that? You don't care about that? What? How much the Billy Red House for?
I don't know. I don't know. Plenty money.
Half a billion.
Enough money.
$500 million.
Whoa.
TT, $500 million, Mean Gene. $500 million. What we get from the Red House? How do the Red House benefit people?
I could answer that.
Yeah, answer it for me.
A place where parliamentarians and the incumbent and the opposition can go and call each other names.
That is it? That is all? How that benefit the people of Trinidad and Tobago?
I tell you what it is, what it go on in the Red House.
Mean Gene, you still there? No. Miss Julian, please let him keep his phone. Let him hold on to his phone for us for the next 5 minutes, please. Okay. Mean Gene, the 500 million that your party, okay, not your party, but the government spent on the Red House. How did the people of Trinidad and Tobago benefit from that? Can you type the answer in the chat, please?
What about the people that worked on the house when it was being renovated?
Who people?
I'm just asking where Trinidadians were working on it, no? Trinbagonians?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one good thing there. That's like looking at me like, go and run 5 laps.
You and Mean Gene have that discussion. Yeah?
Oh boy.
They took a year. No, we had to be serious. They took a year, and PNM now taking 8 years to work on normal highway that only cracking up.
Oh Lord.
Yeah?
Well, it is true about the roads. The network road system is terrible. The infrastructure is bad.
But you see,
Yeah.
now I don't know, boy. Like Judy on a roll tonight. Judy says because Chinese have cheap labor. So if Chinese have cheap labor, we go bring them Chinese to Trinidad.
And the Chinese go hire the Venice.
Thank you very much. We have cheap labor too, you know. We are the Venice. And we know the Venice and them go do the work. We know they go work. And if all they want to say them Trinidadians and they don't want to do the work, right? We go take our boat, we go take the AP what? The AP Phillips, the AP.
APT
Tell me what
James.
it is? The APT James. And we go make a trip to Venezuela, bring back a boatload of them, and let them work on that bridge. Cheap labor. Why so tough? Yeah? You see, we have to stop believing that it costs too much money. What, how much traffic do you be stuck in Trinidad and Tobago? Traffic. Correct is right.
That is another story, because sometimes I stop and I think about the fact that Prime Minister Manning was widening the north-south highway from 2 lanes to 3 lanes in each direction. It got to the Shogunas. He managed to get from the Chisholm Roosevelt Highway to Shogunas.
And it stopped.
It got to Shogunas, and an election was called.
And that was it.
And the money that was should have widened the highway and put some jersey barriers down the center, ended up being spent on some bungee cords. That's what I call it, some bungee cords. I don't want to.
And Tommy, that's exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that we just don't have the testicular fortitude to do innovative products in Trinidad and Tobago, innovative ideas. I want to ask anybody in the chat. I want to ask Mean Jean. I want to ask Judy. I want to ask Caribbean Soul. Well, this doesn't have anything to do with the army, so I can't ask Pizza.
Oh no. No, Pizza hit you below the belt there.
Maybe I could ask Hailey too. I'm gonna ask Hailey. Yeah, Hailey, you included it. Joan, you could answer that too. Nadia is a teacher. Nadia, you could get in the groove too. Who else? Well, Captain Singh, you might be able to. Nessie, you too. All right. I mean, anyway, the more people go, better. Nessie, all right. Trinidad Margot, you too. Mean Jean, Rose. All right. So listen to this, guys. I want you guys to name me one innovative project, that we have had in Trinidad and Tobago for over the last decade. One innovative project that we have had in Trinidad and Tobago over the last decade. And if you and Tommy if you want to storm in on that or storm out, you could storm in or storm out. One innovative project. One. That we have had in Trinidad and Tobago over the last 10 years, over the last decade.
I can name one.
Go ahead.
The exemption policy to keep people out so they don't bring in COVID.
All right. That's exactly opposite innovative. Right? Ken John, you too. Before you go, Ken John. At least the Balize house. Right?
Wait, didn't they put a new police center in the Prime Minister's constituency? A police station or police something?
Yeah. What did that innovate?
I don't know. I just remember. I'm recalling from things I read.
Tommy, I hear you. You're quiet.
Aslam, Parkade in San Fernando.
Yeah, not diet. Be quiet.
You what?
Parkade in San Fernando.
What is that?
A 9-story parking facility.
Okay, that's not innovative.
Caribbean, so that's not a project. That's a regulation.
Yeah, that's
well,
not.
It became a project.
innovative.
It's not innovative to make a 9-story packing facility.
Nah, that's not innovative. No. Come on, man, Tommy. You know better than that, man.
Caribbean Soul, it became a project. Let me see.
Boy.
I thinking, you know, I thinking. I ain't thinking, I thinking.
It is so that Nessie said, I think you will make a coconut great.
This Nessie. This Nessie's funny as hell, though. Oh, no.
Yes, what?
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, wait, let me stay serious now. Let me stay serious.
A few new roundabouts. A few new roundabouts.
Tommy, oh God, you're fishing now. You're fishing.
Wait, what about one of the new boats that going to between Tobago? Ain't they got?
We talking about.
Ain't they got new boats that? Okay, they're digitalizing. They opening a new digital platform to make things digitalized and more manageable.
What is that one?
And the Prime Minister said that they're going to digitalize stuff, and they put a fella in charge of the whole thing so they can make transactions more easier for citizens.
That's not innovative.
That's not innovative. Okay, I'm thinking though. That's
been done.
Wait. They allowed citizens to grow 4 marijuana trees.
No, that's been done in other place before. That's not innovative.
I'm just trying to think. If you grow 4 marijuana trees,
debating it. We try to come up with innovative stink on that.
So wait, answer me. Why you punching me so low? If you grow 4 marijuana trees, you could become skilled in manufacturing CBD from them 4 trees. No.
I'm a ganja plant.
Okay, I finally got it. Pots for Carnival in the Savannah.
Oh, you all knocking me hard, though.
Nah, Tommy, nah. That was done in America.
They said they distributed 71,000 laptops.
I know.
I saw that news. I'm trying to recall all these things.
Judy says one of their projects of giving me to go
learn feedback.
With stipend and transportation too. That's
feedback.
I think, Tommy, we're getting feedback from you. Yeah, we're getting feedback from you. Yeah, Judy says one of their projects to give youths to go learn any kind of trade with stipend and transportation. John Dundas used to give people learn any kind of trade with stipend.
All right, we thinking now. We thinking. Innovative.
We thinking.
But they took in the Venezuelan migrants when they were, they had nowhere to go, no food and stuff. That is not innovative.
What is that one?
They took in the Venezuelan migrants when they were stranded and had nowhere to go. That's not innovative.
No, that's not innovative.
I only think I slept.
Caribbean Soul say I go say the African Snail Project that they started paying citizens.
Oh,
what is that one? I don't know about.
Yeah, how much you getting $10 a snail?
What is that one? What was
the
that
African snail that was destroying the agriculture? So they were pay, but you had to be careful how you handle it, because if the slime get on you the wrong way, you can end up getting some kind of skin lesion, etc., etc.
We're going to the lowest of the lowest, but all right.
But you get $10. Is $10 a pop for the snail?
You could take that into consideration. That sounds like something innovative. I could take that into consideration. All right. So Caribbean Soul, we are one so far. I think is that could be innovative. Yeah, I like that. I like that one. That could be innovative.
I have another one. Remember at the beginning of the whole pandemic, they were rated #1 as to handling it the best in the world.
Mm-hmm. No, that's not innovation.
I just bring up stuff, and you all keep shooting me, so I don't have nothing else. I can't think of anything else.
Ken John says the Chinese given Trinidad minister.
What?
All right, I ain't gonna read that. No,
Caribbean Soul say Wall Street is better you pick up bottles for 10 cents than catch snails.
Well, I used to pick up bottles in truth, you know. Like,
oh, geez, what Caribbean Soul is making it.
Nesty, that water taxi was an innovation, but that was under Patrick Manning.
Highly say a swimming pool in Laventil.
That was nobody past 10 years. That was innovative.
You
see that? The water taxi from San Fernando to Port of Spain?
But
that was a Patrick Manning innovation. Not past 10 years. So they see you right there, but you just have your years kind of mix up.
Deep swimming pool in Laventil.
Pusad Ram not just join us. He says,
why you taking me on? Why you ignoring me on, Slap?
No, I'll come into that. He says, new innovation, new ideas, how to steal from the citizens. No, all right. The one with Eileen now? A swimming pool in Laventil with ribbon cutting. Nah, that's not innovative.
Why?
Oh, Caribbean, so best you pick up bottles for 10 cents and catch snail. That will be, no, that's not innovative. Picking up bottles is not innovative. Oh, God, all Rose says innovative projects in Trinidad is thieving out important instruments from the hospital and loving the patients to suffer and leaving the patients to suffer and die. No, Rose. No, Rose. What real innovation?
I have one, Anselm.
Go ahead.
They brought a king to Trinidad, a Ashanti king.
No, that's not innovative. That's not innovation. Nah.
Oh boy.
Kamala took billions in loan from China and the UNC and PNM too in it. Nah, that's no innovation.
Rose said taking away food card from the poor families.
Nah, that's not innovation.
So what was the innovation on them? You have hiring a woman police commissioner.
No, we have an innovation. We have Caribbean Soul, the African slave project that they started paying citizens. That's innovative.
The who?
If that was something real, African snail project, they started paying citizens for African snail.
Okay.
If that is true, that is innovative. Don't tell me
were they compensated immediately, or they got to go through a whole set of paperwork to get the money?
I don't know, but that's innovative.
Oh.
Like when they started that thing in this country where they was buying back guns, right? That was innovative, right? So if they started that in Trinidad, that's no longer innovation because it's already started some other place, right? But I don't know if the African snail project, they had the same thing in other countries. If they have already had it in other countries, it's not innovative. Just copied from I see Tommy hard in thought. Tommy, where you come up with, boy? Okay. The voodoo man. What? The voodoo man more innovative for them? Posada Ramnut says, no, I remember the transportation hub and the ribbon cutting of the standpipe. No, that's not innovative. I think Tommy, what happened?
Tommy quietly on a diet.
You forgot to mute my mic.
Yeah. Because we kind of get a little feedback. Doubles with meat. At least it doubles with meat. You know, that's so they didn't do that before, right? They didn't have doubles with meat before.
Of course.
They did? All right. Hailey, forget about it, Hailey. Judy said, no, Judy. That's not true. So what the idea was here? Is to just show you over the last 8 to 10 years that our country, right? I mean, we digging deep in, we going in the basement, we're going into the sub basement, and the best we could come up with is African snails. For you to go and catch African snails and for you to pay you for it. That is innovation that we think about. Right? But I think people were selling doubles with meat before though. I don't think that's a new phenomenon. Yeah?
You sure? Yeah. You sure?
Yeah, I thought they were selling doubles with meat previously. So, highly, you know what? I'll check that. But you see how you see where we going? You see where we had to look for? We had to dig deep within ourselves in order to come up with some type of innovative thing that happened over the past 10 years. And that's all I'm saying. Right? Now, if you go back to Manning times, Manning had plenty innovative projects. Plenty. Correct?
Including a church, right?
Guanapo, the church in Guanapo.
But Anselm, I Googled something here. The IDB, Inter-American Development Bank, specifically Trinidad and Tobago, procurement opportunities. And it says here, I'm going to surmise it and skim through it. The 2021-25 country strategy aims to support the implementation of the country's digital transformation agenda to achieve more sustainable and inclusive growth. The first pillar of the country's medium and long-term post-pandemic development plan. The new strategy focuses on one main area, digitalization to support economic transformation. It also pursues three strategic objectives: improving business environment to enable digital transformation, expanding the use of digital tools for improving educational outcomes and digital skills, and enhancing the delivery of services. So I did say the digitalization, so it ain't come out yet, but they're planning to do it. And total approved amount, $511.50 million.
All I ask is, what innovative things have been done?
I'm trying to redeem my bird country. What's wrong with you?
Right, okay, I know. You know you're trying hard, and that's exactly what I'm saying. And Caribbean Soul, all I'm trying to say. Caribbean says Wall Street correct, because I tried hard to think of something and only came up with that. There's no innovation product. All have been done by past government. It's very simple. When you think about Patrick Manning, you could think about innovative project Patrick Manning put in place. Yes, he says the ferry from San Fernando to Port of Spain. Innovative idea, man, at its best. Innovative. Right? Because that was something totally new. UTT, University of Trinidad and Tobago, innovative ideas. And you could go on and on. And listen, Manning's been long gone. God rest so long gone. And we could still remember them projects like yesterday. Right? Many of those projects. The man had ideas in order to weigh, and he was going to bring the railroad to Trinidad, though. Till people say it was too expensive. And they stop it. Yeah? So that's what I'm saying. Right? Rose says, Rowdy Good Pen with air conditioner is real innovation.
Oh, no.
Yeah? Yeah?
They're making doubles with curry goat. The name was Chana Bar when I was in primary school. Then it changed to double. Chana Bar is true.
Yeah. Well, we couldn't afford doubles back then. When I was in
But Prasad, you feeling sorry for me? Anselm, go easy on Diana. There's none best in the standpipe in 2020. Thank you, Prasad, for your support.
No, but the idea is just that. The idea is just that you have to dig deep down. You have to go in deep into your inventory of your brain in order to come up with something. Dana, you got to go on the IDB in order to try your best to come up with something.
Well, at least, I'm not like your regular Balize people, I try to defend my country,
And listen to this. An innovative idea in Trinidad was bringing laptops to school.
Mm-hmm.
That was innovative.
But I was on the who?
Kamala Prasad Basesa. That was an innovative idea. Because it was never done in Trinidad and Tobago before. Right?
Had it been implemented right, things would have been smooth during the pandemic. Somewhat.
So, see, that is innovative. It's like you think ahead, you're ahead of the curve, and when something happens, everything just goes smooth because you already thought out the process and it's already in place. Right? But people was talking all kind of thing about, hey, you're trying to thief money, you're trying to do this.
But even your current prime minister was saying you're gonna give laptops to Doncia children and all kind of damn nonsense.
Oh my God!
No, Tommy, internalize oppression.
Echo again. Oh dear.
Yeah, internalize oppression again, Tommy. That's what it is, right? That's what they think of them, and he's calling them what they think of them, and they look like him. See, that's what I'm telling you guys. It's right there, We just have to understand what this thing is all about, and this thing is serious. It's serious. So anyhow, Passad, Nessie, Ken John, Rose, Caribbean Soul, Judy, Rose, Rennie, if you're still there, Nadia, Captain, Kapiza, Arjun, whichever one of you guys are still left. Mean Gene. Oh, Mean Gene says, I missed this one. Ask Colin, but Tobago can't even get what they asked for in the budget. Nah, they could borrow that money and do that. So Mean Gene,
no.
And Nadia. Guys, put closing comments in the chat. Let's go for a quick station identification. It's in the village of the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Listen to this. I just got a breaking story here.
Oh Lord.
What? No, it's a good story. Listen to this. I gotta call this guy. This is unbelievable. I just read. This is a breaking story. It's a good story. Tommy, you remember Ed, right? You could unmute your mic, Tommy. Yes.
Yeah, most certainly. Let me see if this would help. Yeah, I remember Ed Semper.
Yeah, your mic fixed. Well, we still getting a little feedback. You remember his son Jamel?
Yes.
Joseph Biden picked him as a federal judge.
Wow.
Yes.
He did
this
well.
guy. Yeah, his father was Trinidadian. That was my mentor. He passed away. His son name is Jamel Semper. He used to be a prosecutor.
Bad echo.
Essex County prosecutor.
Yes. He's now a federal judge. That was picked by Joe Biden.
The echo still there, it's gone.
It's still there.
Goodness.
I had to give him a call. Somebody just sent me a message.
You're doing it through your laptop, Tommy. Maybe that's why.
No, my laptop don't echo. It's not my laptop. I'm away.
You need to.
I'm away from.
Yeah, so that's just the news that This guy's father is a Trinidadian, and Joseph Biden just picked him to be a federal judge. He was he was a prosecutor here in Essex County, you know, and now he's a federal judge. I'm so proud of him. I know him very, very, very well. Very, very well.
You see a question, Eugene, but then what is innovative in the USA? Eugene, you for real? I can name one thing. One thing.
Trump becoming president. Trump becoming president.
Yeah, but that kid used to come to my store, Ed's sons, as a matter of fact, with their mom.
Yeah. I'm so proud of that guy, man. Yeah. I gotta give him a call, man. I gotta call him. Jamel Semper, boy. Me and his father was like two peas in a pod, you know what I mean? Yeah. Somebody just said, man, I'm very happy for that guy, man. That's what he wanted to be, you know.
Yeah, good. Very good.
Yeah. A federal judge, I know. And the president had to select, you know.
Very good.
What, boy?
Same thing like the lady who was overseeing Trump's trial, the Jamaican lady with the Jamaican roots. Yeah.
Yep. Trinidad Jamaican, boy.
Ed's wife was Guyanese.
Yes, she was Guyanese, correct. Yep. I'm oh my God, I'm proud. I gotta give him a call. I wonder when he starts that job. Interesting. So, folks, my closing comment: never push a loyal person to the point where they no longer care. From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent. When talent does not work hard, and for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. See you. Same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. Later, folks. Go ahead, Diana.
Okay, I'm going to use this opportunity to make two announcements. The first one was brought to my attention today. Good evening, family. Please be advised that I was informed that we lost our sister Mona Pratt, who resides in the Bahamas. She was very helpful in getting accommodations and many resources to our families locked out and stranded during the border closure. May she rest in peace. My schoolmate sent me a notice that there's a Trinbago festival serving up the best of Trinidad and Tobago cuisine. The second edition of the summer festival also features a Carib Beer Garden, epic cultural performances that can't be missed. Heart-pounding soca. Experience a vibe like no other on Young Dundas Square on Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 8 p.m. That is in Canada, the Toronto area. So with that, I will say auf Wiedersehen, good night, good beloved people, and stay safe.
Thank you, Dad. Where, Tommy?
Yes, indeed. We want changes. We want things to get better, but we have to become that change that we want to see. However, like I always say, we, you, me, we are the men in the mirror. If when we look in that mirror, we don't like what we see, we can't blame the mirror. Like I always say, every single time, don't look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Love you all. Be safe. See you next edition on Saturday, God willing.
Thank you, Tommy. Okay. So, Mean Gene says, let's agree to disagree. What are we agreeing to disagree on? Let me see what his last comment. What is innovative in the USA? I tell him Trump becoming president. That's innovative. Nobody expected Trump to become president. Right? Ken John says, correct, I agree. Be safe, you guys. Ansem, Diana, Tommy, Shalom. Eileen says, I always see all the young Americans now supporting Trump. Yeah, when he go in jail, they go support him in jail too. Caribbean Soul says, good night, everyone. I wouldn't say wake up people because they're asleep. So I'll tell Trinidadian, all you asleep. Trinidad, all you asleep. Nessie says, Hailey says, life is not the hand that's dealt. Life is what you make it, Trinidadians, but you cannot be lazy. Good night. I like that, Hailey. Saying you cannot be lazy. I like that. See, 90% Hailey. Nessie says, according to the word, where there is no vision, people perish. The flip side is where there is vision, the people flourish. Hailey, Nessie, very poetic, Nessie. Very, very poetic. Very poetic. Hailey said, if people can't talk out for water, what will you do when the check digitally don't show up in their digital accounts? Don't go be licensing. Don't go be the icing on the cake. All right, I didn't read it in Trinidad Palanx. All right, Passad wanted me to go easy on Diana. Okay. I think that's it. Let me see if there's any more. Okay. So what are we going out with tonight? Unless we go get the echo. All right, let me play something from inside here so we don't get an echo. All right. All right.
Mr. Trinidad.
Okay, you want to play that? Let me see if we get an echo though. Let me know if we get an echo. Let me play that and see. Are we getting an echo? Is there an echo? Are we getting an echo? Are we getting an echo? Hello?
Hello? No, no echo.
All right. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
Thanks.
Mr. Trinidad, tell me what's in you on. Do you just like political confusion? You criticizing the way you live, yet you can't approach.
All right, so let me finish read the closing comments here. We just had two coming. Nadia says, blessed night, everyone, stay safe. Nadia says, no echo. Hailey says, yes, echo. Okay. So, half and half.
You say you against the power structure. You ain't like the opposition either. But take care, you jump out in hot water and end up in the center of the fire. Because you refuse to vote in election. But then you want revolution. You're strongly against communism. You walk out on colonialism. But who do replace him? Bueno. So to make a long story short from in front, Trinidadians they really know what they want. My friend, if you don't want democracy, the opposite is guerrilla activity. If you don't want democratic improvement, you have to want a revolutionist government. And yet, when Guy Harewood went in the hills with Jennifer Jones, you let them get killed. All you're doing is grinning and skylarking. You come like the ass in the lion's skin because you stay up in is a traitor. You say, what's that about Ranger? You say, Kamal seeking his own interest. You call millet a Marxist Leninist. You are ODAC, neither DLP, and you say DMM is only ratchet beat. Well, you tie up yourself. I won't tell you why. Trinidadians just like plenty mama guys. Afro Trinidadian talking black power. It's not wrong for a man to love his culture. Yes, you walk around with your Afro plait and you're dragging a maggot and fat sapat. But although they're rapping about Africa, you're eating roti like if you're born in India. So who you go blame when you make your book and end up like a cat on a hunting room? Because you say you're going Afro all the way. You smile when they bring in to the bay. William say he want to retire. You beg him to stay a little longer. You reject Carl's act on public order. Now you want the same Carl for Prime Minister. Like your sense of reasoning goes and comes. It won't surprise me if you call back Albert Guns. You say that you didn't want your dictator, yet you want one fella to reign forever. Abbott Malik, you say he guilty. Parmasad is the same, yet you set him free. Long ago you didn't want Fidel Castro, but now you say the same Castro is a hero. Well, this attitude, like Humpty Dumpty, you might fall off the wall eventually. Because you say Butler was too high-handed, even Maraj uneducated. You say that we can't trust Jamada. You find Sukaran to Costa. You say the accent is on the young man, yet you run and call back Ashford Sinanan. But you won't call back until you call disaster, like the colonial days of the slave master.